Oh yeah, welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. This is session 0 of our Dungeons & Dragons 2024 heavily customized Tyranny of Dragons live play. It is Brocka New Cult the 4th, and my name is Adam. I would like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can also pick up Dragonlance gaming materials using my affiliate links. This is the first time that we're actively streaming to Twitch as well as YouTube, so if it all breaks, that's why. Blame Twitch. I usually do. All right, so these are our panel of players that are going to be playing this game with us. Now, we're going to be going through the entire campaign, sort of the campaign overview, campaign concepts, and then character creation step by step together. So let's not jump the gun and create your characters yet, because we're going to be doing point buys for ability scores, and there's specific settings that I want to make sure everyone has so that it's the same for everyone. All right, so let me give you a little bit of background before I have you all introduce yourselves. And this is the campaign overview. So for those of you who aren't aware. Welcome to Dragonlance. Dragonlance is a high fantasy, war-torn campaign setting which centers around the balance of power between good and evil. We are in the year 435 Alt Cataclysm, or 52 Secundus Cataclysm if you're a super Dragonlance nerd. This is the Age of Mortals. Since the Chaos War, which defined the beginning of this age, the people of Ansalon have been forced to deal with the absence of the gods, the loss of divine and arcane magic, the discovery of wild sorcery and the power of the heart, the dragon purge, dragon overlords, the war of souls, the return of the gods and divine and arcane magic, the death of Tychesis, the queen of darkness. Paladine, the platinum dragon, stepped down as a god and became a mortal elf named Valthonus, the walking god. And Mina, the champion of the War of Souls, was revealed to be a god herself and is now known as the Goddess of Tears, serving the balance of good and evil. The gods are actively vying for control in the heavens, and the mortals of Krynn are vying for control on Ansalon. As old empires have expanded, new empires have formed, and they are ever-changing. The myriad of organizations of Ansalon are struggling to deal with the changing times, and the common folk of Krynn are caught in the middle. And that is where we pick up this campaign setting. It's after every book has ever been released, plus a few years. It's after every campaign supplement has ever been released, plus a few years. This is fertile ground for us to do whatever the hell we want, and we're going to. So I hope you're all, the audience, ready for it. And players, I hope you're ready for it, because this is not the Dragonlance that you might be used to. And if you're not used to Dragonlance at all, then it's probably awesome. So let's start just going clockwise here and have y'all introduce yourselves. Let's start with you, Robert. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Robert. Just glad to be here. I love playing D&D. Started playing 2nd edition a long time ago, mostly 5th edition the last 6, 7, 8 years. And just excited to be here and see where we take this.
Sweet. Lauren.
Hello, I'm Lauren. I started playing D&D back in like junior year of high school. It was the 2nd edition campaign. That's the only time I've ever played it, I think. And then moved on to 1st edition for a long time. And I don't know, I play D&D with Adam all the time.
We're basically roommates.
Yes, okay.
Sam, how about you? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I enjoy playing D&D. I like meeting strange men on Dragonlance forums. It's kind of how all this started for me. Played on and off, like a lot of people. By no means an expert. Every time I've started a campaign, it's either fallen apart or people have moved or life's happened. So haven't gotten into a lot of them very far unless I'm running it myself.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're sticking around for the long run.
Heck yeah.
We can digitally embrace each other in happiness of our nerddom. Be great. All right, Gabriel, how about you?
Hello, my name's Gabriel. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for roughly 9-10 years, give or take. Started in junior high. I initially started with 5th edition. Branched off to 1st edition or AD&D, whichever one you prefer to call it. And just kind of been hopping between AD&D and 5th edition. Nice. And hopefully try out future editions.
Yeah. All right. And Amy, I have you as player 5. Let me fix that while you introduce yourself.
My name is Amy Harmon. I used to play a bit with my brothers in the 80s. And I played a few years ago with my brother-in-laws, and just a fun nostalgic memory. And I just love the storytelling aspect of this game, how there's almost no rules, and just excited to be able to play again.
Awesome. Well, I'm super glad that you agreed to join us. This is going to be interesting. I do have another player who's going to be joining. He had to drop out because life happens at this EP session, but he should be here for the next session. I'm going to go through some of the campaign concepts before we get into character creations. Before that, I want to give a shout out to some of the people in chat here. Jason, how you doing? This is the Tyranny of Dragons. When I say D&D 24, and this is in reference to Nurlogan, who checked his calendar for 2025, D&D 24 is the name of the new edition. That's how it's presented on marketplaces that sell the actual physical books. I know they still call it D&D 5e or D&D 1, but when the marketplace calls it 2024, that's what I'm calling it because it's a 2024 edition when it came out. That may change in the future, but for now, that's why I'm saying 2024. I do know that it's 2025. All right, so Savage, you've run Tyranny of Dragons before, but it's, of course, set in Forgotten Realms. You're curious how it plays in Krynn with the new rule set. You're about to find out, my friend, because I'm changing everything about this thing. So hopefully it'll be different enough and with enough Dragonlance flair that it'll keep you all tuning in, because this is like the first or second module or adventure that came out for 5e when it was initially released some decade ago. All right, so let's get into some of the campaign concepts of this Dragonlance setting with Tyranny of Dragons. And while I'm doing this, just start, if you haven't already, start brainstorming character creation and types. For everyone, we are going to be using only the 2024 Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook for character creation. All of the options are only in that book for the first tier of play. That's level 1 through 4. After that, we'll open up everything else, and as long as it doesn't break the rules of 2024 D&D, then we'll use it, if you want to use it. And if you don't, that's okay too. So this is an adventure that will take your characters from 1st level to 15th level. If you're unable to join any one of the sessions, someone else will play your character. If you miss 3 consecutive sessions, that's 3 sessions in a row, I'm going to ask you to leave the campaign. The fact is you missed more than a month of the game, and clearly you're not able to devote the time, even though I would love to be able to have you come in. It's just not fair to all the other players and myself who are showing up every single session. If you skip 2 sessions and you come back to 3rd, that's fine, but life happens. There's nothing you can do to control that. But let's try to at least keep that 3 as the going rule. This is a PG-13 game, so let's refrain from dropping F-bombs and overtly suggestive situations. If there are any triggers you have, please email me privately and we'll address them moving forward. If during play you find yourself triggered, shoot me a text and I will adjust the situation. We will be dealing with adult situations in adult ways because we are adults, and your characters will find themselves in morally ambiguous situations. I'm asking this of you earnestly. Play your characters, don't play yourself. There must be a reason why your character makes choices, and it should be derived from your alignment, your race, your culture, and the situation you find yourself in, not what you as the player think should happen. They do not always align, and I give extra heroic inspiration for people who will go above and beyond and actually just play their characters. If you want to role play your character the entire game, I'm here for it. It may annoy some other people. I don't care. I will role play it with you. I love role playing. That's the point of this role playing game. So let's just have some fun with it. All right, so let's get into some character creation. Are there any questions about that before we move into character creation? By the way, because some of these campaign concepts or the campaign setting itself might be confusing to people. So are you guys all okay with everything so far?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me know if you're not as we move along. There should have been a link sent to you for the D&D Beyond game campaign. So go ahead and load that, and you should be prompted to create a character. I'm going to create a character, an unassigned character with you guys so we can go through the settings together. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've run 5th edition games in the past, and everyone sort of used slightly different settings, and in some cases it gives unfair advantage to some players, and in other cases, players just have completely low builds. I want to make sure everyone's on the same ground as we start this. Now, if we're able to finish character creation by the time before the session is over, I'm ready to jump in the campaign, so we can just hit the ground running once we're done. So let's have some fun. I'm going to leave this saying DragonLance Saga's character, but go ahead and start your character builder. We should be at the home setting. So for character preferences on all the sources, uncheck everything. There's no sources checked. So no homebrew, no expanded rules, no 2014 rules, and no legacy rules. On partnered content, uncheck. There's no partnered content that's going to be used. The dice rolling, it's up to you if you want to roll digital dice or not. Optional features, make sure they're all unchecked. There's no optional class features, no customizing your own class features. Advancements, have it set to milestone. We're not going to run XP. I actually prefer XP, but for this campaign setting, it's much easier. I'm not setting, but the adventure, it's easier just to run milestones because we could potentially run through multiple ones, quickly here. Hit point type. Also, we're going to do fixed hit points. I don't want someone rolling a 1 and then being screwed multiple times. So let's just run basics. User prerequisites. Yes, make sure feats are checked and multi-class is checked. We want to make sure that you qualify for any choices you make while you're building your character. Show level scaled spells. I prefer showing them, but that's an option for you to choose whether you want to see it or not. Encumbrance type, yes, use encumbrance. Ignore coin weight, uncheck. Encumbrance is everything, coins included. You can't be carrying around 1,000 gold pieces and have it not weigh you down without a bag of holding. Ability score, modifier display. I prefer modifiers on top, but do whatever you prefer. Campaign privacy, it needs to be either campaign only or public. Don't set it to private, because if you are not able to make a session, someone else has to be able to play your character so that they have to be able to see it, basically. So your choice on public or campaign only. And then once you're done with that, let's go to next. And this is where you choose your class. So this is where I want to sort of ask you guys round robin as you're thinking about this. Robert, what class are you thinking about playing?
Well, I had a couple in mind. Lauren and I had been talking offline, trying to come up with a connected backstory.
Conspiring?
Yeah, sure, you can call it that.
Yes.
So I think Lauren kind of almost needs to pitch her character first for my character to make sense.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, sure.
So, I'm sorry, so
let's
what's your
together.
class?
So my class I'm looking at either barbarian or fighter,
Okay.
most likely, unless no one else intends on being a healer or you veto us, then I'll go cleric. But
All right. Lauren, how about you?
I think I'm gonna be going druid.
Oh, interesting. All right. Sam, what are you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking barbarian, but I'm maybe rethinking that.
Well,
I'm thinking we'll go with rogue.
you can be brother barbarians.
We could, but yeah,
Keep each other warm at night.
I like playing rogues.
All right. Gabriel, what are you thinking? Mr. Mute.
Sorry, I was opening up my sticky notes so that I could keep tabs on everything. As of right now, I was kind of split between bard, paladin, and monk, maybe ranger, but the main one that I was going for is bard.
Okay. I think in 5th edition, Rangers are a little bit nerfed in some aspects, but I haven't done like deep dives, so I'm not 100% on that.
they're a little bit
I could-
better with the 2024 rule set. They
Oh,
did
okay.
get some buffs, so.
All right. Bard's fun. How about you, Amy? What are you thinking? You're muted. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. I was thinking cleric,
Oh, nice.
some sort of healer.
Yeah. Well, that would be great because we would have a balanced party, right? So definitely needing some sort of healing. The Druid and the Cleric cover that. We definitely need some DPS. Your Rogue and your Fighter is going to cover that. And a nice support class with the Bard. That could be good too. Without any casters, I'm not sure what Chris is going to do when he joins us next session. But it should be interesting without a hard casting class. It'll just add an extra dimension there. Okay, so go ahead and select your characters.
If needed, I can play Warlock or like Wizard or Sorcerer.
But I'm also willing to be whatever. Like I've played enough 5th edition that like whatever we need to fill out the party, I'm willing to make adjustments as well.
Same here.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can make adjustments with new characters next time, but just for now, just make a choice of a character that you want to create to play in the campaign, and then if we do need to make adjustments later, we can. Just keep in mind that we don't have to have a caster class. That's just, that sort of traditional balanced party of mage, fighter, rogue, healer. But we don't absolutely need it. And Bard does cover a little bit of the magic side of things. I do want to bring up some things here. So if you're going to be a druid, there's really only like 2 gods that you can sort of connect with. Maybe 3. You might want to go evil on this, but it's going to be probably, well, there's actually more than that. So there's Chislev, Zivlin, maybe Branchala, maybe Zeboim, depending on your alignment. And here's something, let's talk about some points on character creation that are pretty important and germane to this. You do not have to be a good aligned character. But if you're not a good aligned character, you have to have a reason for being in the party. And you have to be able to work with the party. I do not want someone going rogue and working against the party the whole time because they think it's creative and fun. It's not fun for anyone but you. And this is a group. Let's be fun with the group. So it's okay to be evil. Just make sure you have a role-playing reason for being with the party. You also need to play your alignment. So if you're lawful good, don't expect to be capping MFers. That's not going to happen as a lawful good person. You're probably, going to lean on law and order and general goodness. So don't choose an alignment that you cannot roleplay. And ultimately, not playing an alignment has repercussions in Dragonlance. You actually get minuses to your rolls. You lose class abilities, and you could lose your class entirely. So there's serious reasons why you should be honestly considering, and I want to show everyone really quick because I'm pulling in, because this is custom, I'm not using 5th edition Dragonlance rule sets here. I am going to be going back to 1st edition and running character alignment tracking to make sure that the choices that you make are going to line up with your alignment. And if they don't, then you're going to slowly slide to one side of the scale or another. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's character arcs, and that's okay. I don't mind that at all. But just keep that in mind, that during that transitionary phase, you're probably going to suffer a little bit for it. And also, if you are a caster, in this game, all casters fall under the purview of the Orders of High Sorcery, whether you're a warlock, a sorcerer, or a third-party class that just dabbles in magic. If you have spells that are above 3rd level, or actually, I think it's 2nd level. If you're 3rd level, you can cast a 2nd level spell. But it's basically 3rd level casters of any class need to enlist and enroll in the Orders of High Sorcery. If you do not, and you continue to progress in levels, you will be considered a renegade, and they will come and hunt you down, and they will try to kill you. So it might be fun for your character being a renegade, and you could very well live a very long time. But just know, if you don't, there are repercussions. So, and that again, you can still be evil in the Orders of High Sorcery. You can be neutral or good. It doesn't matter. It's just magic is controlled in Kryn. And I'm going to enforce that all the while. All right. So with that in mind, is anyone going to change the classes they had stated? All right. Let's go ahead and move on. So choose your class, of course, and that should preload all your class information. I didn't choose a class. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to choose Wizard. Because I'm a wizard. Yeah. That sounded creepy. I didn't mean that. All right. And we're going to have to do like core traits and stuff like that. So just go ahead and select all those as you're building the character. Good choices. Are you guys already at your next stage? No? Okay. We'll continue working through it until you are. Once everyone is at your origin, where we're going to choose backgrounds, let me know, because that's the next step. We got people joining here. DC's Bees. Nice name. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Cleric is almost a paladin. Yeah, this is 5th edition, the new version of 5th edition. We're going to see how it runs. Let's see. Just play the Druid like a paladin. Jason96 is obsessed with paladins. All right. A Zaboam Druid would be awesome if it's a sea theme. There's always a sea involved in Dragonlance. Maybe it's just temporary in a scenario, but you always have to work around it, right? Savage, thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Alignment tracker, definitely. Moon tracking, definitely. Now, the moon tracking is not going to affect anyone unless you're a caster. That's a member of the Orders of High Sorcery, which means you're 3rd level or above. But there are benefits. You can get extra spells. You can get extra, points in your casting and stuff. So that can be pretty cool too. A renegade evil druid played like a paladin would be fun. This is taking place at the very end plus 13 years of the timeline in the Age of Mortals. So it is 435 Alt Cataclysm right now, Flare Prime. Thanks for tuning in. I'm also streaming on Twitch. If anyone's over there, I literally just before this stream signed up so that I could do it. I haven't noticed any problems yet. If you do notice any problems, please let me know and I'll try to work those out. Just trying to grow the audience is all. All right, any questions or comments from the players yet? Is everyone...
Nope, just lots of choices to make,
Is everyone ready to get to their background?
Sure.
I forgot to choose my spells.
Well, don't get that far ahead yet. I mean,
The spells is still within the class feature tab.
The Twitch name should be DL Saga. This session is going to be every other week. Starting today is session 0, and it's going to continue every other week until the campaign is over, or we all die from boredom. One of the two has to happen.
Or Adam TPKs us again.
You know what? That happens more often than I like to admit. And I don't believe that I'm the one doing it. I believe it's your choices that make that outcome.
I'm going to say 50-50. I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. Hey, Mert, thanks for tuning in. How often do I expect it to occur? Okay, I already messed up. Okay, so for those of you who are at the background area, we've got I think it's 11 or something backgrounds. The backgrounds in 5th edition 2024 inform not only a starting feat, but also some starting skill points, proficiency bonus points in skills. So think about the background that your character would have. Again, this is 5th edition. If you have any questions, I can help sort of contextualize what it means for any particular character build or character idea, because it is going to be different here. Because clearly in D&D 2024, your species is less important, your race is less important than your class, which is kind of weird and backwards because it used to be only certain races could access certain classes. In this, I'm going to go over the racial changes because this is Dragonlance. We can't use the default 2025 as their names, so we're going to reskin them. And some of the races are going to be given specific abilities germane to their Dragonlance counterparts that I'm going to be defining here in a minute once we get there. And that's actually the next step. So start thinking about that aspect of it because it should be pretty fun. Do kobolds exist on Kryn? Yes, they do, Savage. Absolutely. If not, that alone changes a lot of the adventure. No, there's definitely kobolds. There's a lot of things that are going to be changing in this adventure for sure. Let's see. Yeah, they're not usually in novels, but they're definitely here. All right. What kind of background, Robert, do you think you're going to choose?
For the character that I was thinking, it was probably going to be criminal background.
Okay.
Just because he's kind of not necessarily by choice, but he will definitely be shunned by the greater society. So he's he's learned to live on the street, and that's, done what he's had to survive, I suppose.
Right. That's cool. What feat does that give you?
It gives you the alert feat,
Okay.
which for a fighter is great. Especially with the new 2024 rules, you get initiative swap, which is awesome. So immediately after you roll initiative, you can swap your initiative with the initiative of one willing ally in the same combat.
Oh, geez.
Which you can't do if they have, if the ally is incapacitated. But, so, if you have a caster that's got a fireball ready to go, you can swap initiative and be like, okay, make it happen.
Yeah, that's cool. What about you, Lauren? What background are you going with?
I'm going with the sailor background,
Nice.
which gives me tavern brawler.
So are you planning on being a sea druid, or are you planning on just having that as a background?
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of ocean creatures, I think, that are options. So, we're going to say that she spent some time on land.
Okay.
And, she's got to go sell her sailing wares. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I wanted something with water.
Cool. What about you, Sam? What kind of background are you going to go with?
I'm leaning towards the guide.
Oh, really? All right.
Outdoors, being away from everybody.
So you're a rogue and a guide.
Yeah, apparently.
Bring people on tours and then pick their pockets.
Yeah, pretty much.
I dig it. What about you, Gabriel? What background are you going to get?
I haven't looked over that yet. I was still reading through the spells.
For the people in chat, Jason, thanks for tuning in, by the way. Jason Reeves. Kobolds in Dragonlance 3rd edition were dragonkin. I'm not sure what they are considered in 5th edition. I would assume it would be the same. All right, so we'll come back to you, Gabriel, for your background. Amy, what do you think about a background? Oh, you're muted again. You just stand muted. No. No.
Now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I was thinking acolyte.
Cool. All right. That's what I chose for my mock character. And what feat does that give you?
Magic initiate.
It's pretty cool because 2 of your cantrips are going to be cleric spell list. So that just basically gives you like spells that are just now cantrips, which you can cast. That's dope.
Might need some help with the backstory though.
Well, okay, so all healers are a part of what's called the Holy Order of the Stars, right? So you follow a god. Do you know what kind of alignment you think you want to be?
Neutral good.
Okay, so you can kind of go with a neutral god or a good god. Do you have any preference on that?
No.
Okay. What about aspects of your character do you think would inform your god? Like, are you more nature, more war, more healing, more balance? Like, what is sort of the elements of your worship?
I'd say healing.
Okay. So the go-to good healing god is Mishakal. All gods will grant healing, of course. That's sort of the go-to, though. Let's see. Why am I having a hard time finding what I'm looking for? Here we are. Let me look at some neutral ones that might be interest to you. So if you like sort of flame and natural power, a nice neutral god would be Syrian. Reorcs usually is a dwarf god. What race are you starting to think of? What species?
Dwarf wasn't given as an option, so
Oh, you should be able to be a dwarf for sure if you want.
oh, okay. Yeah, then I would like to be a dwarf.
Okay. Yeah, you certainly don't have to, but if you want to. The dwarves revere reorcs above and beyond any other god. it is your choice whether or not you want to use that as your god of choice, of course. But that would be like the go-to default. He's basically the forge god. He creates all things, and dwarves believe that he created them, and they're his his image, on Krynn. So that might be a good place to start. Let's see. Zivlin is the world tree, and so that's a very sort of nature and wisdom sort of focus, but like beyond the corporeal plane, beyond Krynn. It's just sort of like this almost cosmic neutrality god. Shiner is the god of wealth and money and industry. So she might be a good option if you don't want to go with Reorx as a neutral god. Yeah, so I don't know. What are you thinking? Habbakuk is the life animal, life and sea. Branchala. It's all about music and melodies and harmony of nature and earth.
So I would lean towards either a god towards healing, or it being a dwarf. It sounds like Reorc would be more authentic to my character.
Okay. Now there are groups of dwarves in different mountain ranges and different nations that would be more amenable to going in different directions. So if you did want to go with Mishakal, which is the goddess of healing, and she's also sort of taken this spot as the highest good god in the absence of Paladin in this age, you're more than welcome to go with her. I mean, she's the, sort of the de facto healing goddess.
Okay. I like that option.
Okay. Gabriel, have you gotten to backgrounds yet?
I have.
What do you think?
I'm probably going to go with Entertainer.
All right. Welcome, Jason96 as a Dragon High Lord. All right. So you're going to go healer background. What's your class again?
Bard.
Right.
Entertainer.
Yeah. You knock them dead, and then you got to bandage them up. Knock them dead with your music. I dig it. All right, let's get on
Mesmerize them.
Yeah. Let's get on to species. Let me contextualize these species choices here for you guys. I'm referencing the DLA handbook, DLA Dragonlance Adventures, for effects of handling, tinkering, organizations, and the effects of moon magic. All forms of magic, as I had already mentioned, are controlled by the Orders of High Sorcery. Clerics are either part of the Holy Order of the Stars or the Citadel of Light. This includes Holy Wars of Kiri Jolith, for those of you who are in the know. There are three main orders of knights, if anyone ever wanted to be a part of them. There's the Knights of Solamnia, the Dark Knights of Naraka, which are formerly the Knights of Tikhisis, and the Legion of Steel. They are part of good, evil, and neutrality, respectively. You'll need to be inducted into one of them if you wish to join them, but there are pretty cushy benefits, and they do have real influence on this game. Races are going to be reskinned as follows because Dragonlance is hyper-specific to what races are allowed. So halflings are going to be Kender. They use the DL1 Dragons of Despair options for the conversion, which is the very first introduction, which means you're basically a halfling with fearlessness and a handling compulsion of basically stealing people's stuff. Aasimar are going to be Phaethons, which are basically like elves with flaming wings. They're very rare, very exotic. If you're going to be an Aasimar, you're more than welcome to be one. You're just going to be referred to as a Phaethon in the game, and people are going to be freaking out when they see you because you are a rare creature indeed. Dragonborn are going to be Draconians. There's going to be slight changes aesthetically from the Dragonborns in the book, but just know that they are Draconians in this world. Goliaths are going to be half-giants. Excuse me. Orcs are going to be half ogres. Now, this does not change the stat blocks or anything like that. It's the skin of it for the sake of Dragonlance campaign setting. Tieflings are going to be remaining tieflings, but their backstory is going to be the fact that during the Chaos War, when a rift was opened into the abyss from Krynn due to chaos, all player options, the characters themselves will be from the abyss, and they left during the Chaos War some 38 years ago, as the current time is for this campaign. So tieflings can live for like, I think, ever. I couldn't find an age reference for them in this edition.
Yeah, in the 2015 edition or 2014 edition, it was 150 years. And now they've basically said with the 2024 edition that most races, unless otherwise specified, is about 100.
Okay, so they live about 100 years. So if you're going to be playing a tiefling, you will know where you came from through that war, that all of a sudden this rift opened and you escaped the abyss because of that opportunity. You are foreign to this land. And just like the Phaethons, and probably more so, people are going to freak out when they see you if you don't disguise yourself, because you're literally a demonkin, or a devilkin. So keep that in mind, because that is abnormal to the world itself. Don't let that not make you a choice, but just know that if you do make those choices, there are consequences to it. Some good, some bad. All right, so let's talk about races. Robert, what are you thinking?
So Lauren, if you're okay with it, if I may. Once upon a time, there was a Kender who found a gold dragon egg, and out of it popped a gold draconian. Was it Aurak draconian? Is that the right?
Interesting. Okay.
So that is what I was going for, was to be an Aurak draconian who was found by a Kender and is just trying to survive in the world.
Okay, so you have a couple of choices here, because Draconians had broken away from the Queen of Darkness in the War of the Lands, and actually, after the Chaos War, founded their own nation, and they have their own little nation called Tyr, which, if anyone's looking at the map right now through my screen, let me start the session so you guys can see. If you're looking at maps, Tyr is going to be around this area right up here, around Kern. Where is it? Or Tyr, some people say it. All right, dang it. Where'd it go? Did I miss it? Oh, there it is, right here. Oh, yeah. I can't ping. How do I ping? Right here.
Yep.
It's still not pinging to me.
And then if you click you got to click the little target, then click
Whoa,
it. Then
mama. Okay, stop.
Otherwise, the little thing is just like you can scroll with it and like draw.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, so that's where the majority of Draconians live. That is not the only place, though, because a lot of Draconians are still consider themselves evil, and they still work with the Dark Knights of Naraka, which are formerly the Knights of Takhisis. Some of them are in Naraka, some are in Desolation, and they're sort of scattered all around in different roving bands and stuff. Or they're not aligned with anyone, and they're just themselves. Where do you think you would come from?
I don't know, Lauren. Where did I come from? This is what the scheming is.
We haven't had that discussion yet, like as a family.
Yeah.
An egg.
I came from an egg.
I mean, chances are, if you're playing a Kender, Lauren, you might not remember where you got it.
I took them. I just took them.
And then she, the egg looked pretty and out-hatched a Draconian, and she's kind of raised me, and I think that's where, we figure we're probably not super welcome a lot of places. I wasn't sure, like, with the timing of everything, like how...
Draconians are much more accepted nowadays than they were before.
But yeah, so, I think Lauren's character raised me, and so, like, I'm fiercely loyal to her, so wherever the Kender goes, the Dragonborn goes, or the Draconian goes.
Okay.
You can still sometimes, though, so sometimes we have to check in and make sure, is he feeling, like, up here?
Yeah, what's your badness level?
What's her badness level right now?
Yeah, it's the legally distinct Nilo and Snitch is kind of the flavor we're going for.
Okay.
Yeah, but since she grew up, her name's Lihigh.
Okay. So then, Lauren, your character is going to be a Kender then, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And you're a druid, so you're a Kender druid. That's rare, not unheard of, but it is rare. And in this era, Kender come in two different variants. There's traditional Kender, which you've played before, and then there's afflicted Kender, which are just terrified all the time of everything. They're not immune to fear. It's a result of the Red Dragon Overlord Malastrix destroying their people, terrorizing their land, completely terraforming everything, and it's literally affected them on the DNA level. so badly. So do you want to be a traditional true Kender, or do you want to be an afflicted Kender?
I think it will be a true Kender. Being an afflicted Kender doesn't sound much like gameplay to me. It sounds like really.
Yeah.
So with those racial reskinning, species reskinning, whatever we're calling them in 2024. So would halfling, with that being the Kender race, that would be also the Kender language then, correct?
Yeah.
So okay, so that, because when I'm picking my languages, I assume Draconic because of the background, but then I would also assume that, like, being raised by a Kender, I have learned Kender as my other odd language, so.
Okay, that's fine.
It's so funny because I also picked Draconic so that I could raise you with your language.
There you go. See?
I mean, in your early travels, you might have run across some, but again, Draconians are pretty commonplace nowadays, so it's not unheard of to be able to learn that language.
I honestly
probably is
thought
odd for a Kender to learn it, but it's okay.
I thought this
I'm
was
a
going to
good
be a lot
mother.
harder sell for you on this.
I do want to bring up an idea that might be interesting for role playing for you, Robert, because as a Draconian raised outside of your culture, being wholly unaware that maybe even that there is a nation devoted just to Draconians, what alignment are you thinking of for your character?
I was kind of leaning like chaotic neutral.
Okay. Because you are going to be running across other Draconians throughout this campaign. So it might be an interesting note to start considering how would you, as someone who has been raised outside of those of your kind, react to suddenly finding yourself on opposite ends of your own kind? Or, are you going to try to reconnect with your own people? Are you going to try to shun them because you feel like you're not really a part of them, like you're not a true Draconian? Do you consider yourself a Kender even though you are a Draconian? Like, start to think of these things, and how is that going to influence your character, how your mannerisms and your behaviors, they will be different just simply because you weren't raised around your people.
Right, and that's something I have been thinking about. I was also kind of leaning, when we get to subclasses, to Psy Warrior, to kind of keep with what the Aurak are. Draconians are kind of, have those more kind of mental abilities and some limited spell casting. So I was kind of leaning Psy Warrior, and then when we get to that point, it's something that probably been there in the background and kind of comes alive at some point as we're off in on this adventure.
So on the choose origin species option, make sure you uncheck show legacy content. You want the drop down to be all sources, but it's only referencing the D&D free rules in the player's handbook of 2024 as
and if you unclicked everything on the first screen, it won't even, if you click on all sources right now, even with the legacy on, it won't show you everything because we already unclicked everything. So, all
right, so Lauren, you're going to be a halfling, but it's actually a Kender. We're going to add in just a fear as an option ongoing, and then of course the handling. Sam, what do you think about races? What are you going to be?
I mean, the Chihuahua Kender sounds really tempting, but I think I might still have the one from 20 years ago as well. I think because I'm probably the least experienced, I'm going to keep it simple and go human.
Okay. Where do you see yourself hailing from?
You look at your map, because now everything's different.
Yeah, I mean, humans can literally be from everywhere.
Anywhere.
It doesn't really matter. It's just the type of human, whether you're more civilized or more barbaric, or primitive, or First Nations or whatever.
Let's go from Throt.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's usually a goblin-controlled territory. So, like, the humans that live there have had to fight for their right to live there. They're going to be hardy folk. Some of them might align with evil people conditionally. Some of them are just, they just are just stern, like, this is my land, my ancestral homeland. I'm not going to leave. Where does your character stand there? What kind of alignment do you think you're going to have?
Chaotic neutral, so it'll fit in there.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
Yeah, he's just a rough life.
Yeah. And I didn't ask Lauren, where do you think your Kender originally was from? I mean, are you from the Desolation where Kender are traditionally Kender more used to be? Or, are you from like Kender Home, which is all the way over in northern Ergoth, which has not been affected as much by the Chaos War and all the ravages of the Dragon Purge and stuff like that?
Okay. I would say she probably wasn't in the place that got like spared so much. So the one that was more down south on your map, I think.
Okay, yeah. So you're originally
Yeah.
from the Desolation area. The fact that you're not affected by that is very odd. So you must have been one of the, your family must have been one of the original migration away once Malastrix took over the area.
It's where the boats come in.
Nice. All right, I dig it. And Gabriel, what do you think about species-wise here?
I think for going Bard Entertainer, a very fascinating option that I would do is Tiefling, because I have a lot of opportunities to mess around with that.
Okay.
I'm more likely going to be going Lawful Chaotic.
Well, you
Is
can't
Lawful
do
Chaotic or good?
Yeah, that's not a potion. I mean, one is you follow the laws, and the other one is you don't follow laws. So you can't.
Wait,
be
is
lawful
it?
chaotic.
What is it called? Is it good?
I don't know. You're trying to just be malleable, like chaotic neutral.
Or like chaotic good, is that what you're thinking? Not chaotic lawful?
Yeah, chaotic good.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking lawful, but chaotic good.
Okay, so you're not necessarily concerned about laws or following laws, but you definitely want to try to do good in life.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of version of your species do you think you're going to go in with? Abyssal, chthonic, or infernal?
Probably Abyssal.
Okay, so when Chaos opened up that rent in that connected to the Abyss, and there's this massive war happening during the Chaos War in the Abyss and on Krynn with Chaos and all his minions, that's when your people snuck out, and you've had to have been hiding yourself. How are you going to keep your ancestry here, the fact that you're a tiefling, hidden? Like, how are you gonna? Because you're gonna be run out of places, no matter how good you are as a player. You're a demon. How are you gonna hide it? There's gonna be like pitchforks and torches running after you.
For a little bit, I will just run like a extended cloak, hood, while playing music.
Okay.
But after a while, after I start building up like a reputation of, oh, he isn't a bad person. He's just here to lighten the mood for
And
everyone.
that will certainly be a regional thing. And as you get higher in level, your reputation will precede you, and people will hear of you, and you'll be more accepted. But initially, just keep that in mind, that you're going to have to maintain hidden. Another option that was thrown in the chat, which by Jason, which would be kind of interesting. What if the tiefling is connected with the dwarf some way? Like, the dwarf is a good cleric. Is the tiefling is kind of good.
Oh.
Did you guys meet up at some point? Does she sort of look after you as a surrogate friend, or are you just like, what do you two think about that? Amy, what do you think?
Actually,
I'm okay with that.
that could be very interesting.
Right. Well, noodle on it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, but it's an option.
We'll discuss it more through
Maybe
chat.
he was in the choir. That's pretty funny. All right.
You have an amazing singing voice. Are you a tiefling? Yes.
It's almost this abyssal tune. All right, so a tiefling is great. Now let's talk about some dwarves, Amy. If you still wanted to do the dwarf round, there's a bunch of different types of dwarves from a bunch of different types of areas. If you're going to be the Mishakal as the healing goddess, she is a good goddess, so it'd have to be good something. What are you thinking for alignment-wise?
Where is that on the
Okay, let me show you.
character builder?
Oh, so right now you should be at the species, origin. Oh, that's not going to be. The alignment is like in 5th edition 2024, it's like a hand wave. Like this game system doesn't care. I care because Dragonlance, it's an important thing. So alignments aren't going to be a part of that. But you have your lawful good, which means you follow all the rules and laws of any land you're in, and you always want to do good. Neutral good is, sometimes you'll follow the laws when it's convenient, sometimes you won't, but you always try to do the right thing. And chaotic good means you really don't care about laws and order. You just care about doing good in your own right.
I would like to be neutral good.
Okay. When it works for you, it works. When it doesn't, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I like that. Okay, so there's a couple different places that you can hail from as a neutral good type of character. If you're looking at the world map, I'm going to try to do the ping thing again. Right here we have Thorbarden, which is a massive dwarven nation. It is like the most known dwarven nation of anywhere. If you're a mountain dwarf, you probably are going to come from there, but there's also Kaolin, which is up here. Now, this is more in the area that the campaign is going to be taking place, primarily. That's like where we're going to start. That's the area. They have pretty good relations with the Knights of Solamnia, which is like this sort of the nation of good people. I don't really know how to frame it other than that. It's the order, like Holy Order of Paladins and stuff like that. Solamnia has sort of split right now between the Empire of Solamnia and the Knights of Solamnia, where one is trying to go this imperial route and the other is trying to just say, no, we don't have to be this imperialistic nation. We can just be an order for good all over. But they are both still connected to good as a whole. So do you think you want to be a mountain dwarf or a hill dwarf? I guess at first we should.
I think I'd like to be a hill dwarf.
Okay, so hill dwarves are Niedar, as they're called in Dragonlance. You can literally be from anywhere in that case. It doesn't even matter. There's no, there's a bunch of different dwarven settlements everywhere, or you're just raised in a city. So any Holy Order of the Stars sort of cleric type character, you're going to have traveled to probably Palanthas, which is up here in the north. Oh my gosh, how do I select this? There we go. Up here in the very north, it's this little bay right here. That's where the main focus of religion is at the time. There's also shrines in most major cities for most major gods in this era, so you can certainly be located anywhere you want. But if you want to be in a major city, there's a couple of specific places I can point out. If you want to be from a small town or a rural setting, there's a couple places I could help you with. So what are you thinking?
I think a major city.
Okay. So I would probably suggest maybe Palanthas if you want to be from the north where the campaign is taking. Do you want to be where the campaign is taking place, or do you want to be from somewhere
Sure.
else? Okay. So there's Karagoth, which is a sort of major shipping port. Palanthas is another massive major shipping port. There's also Kalaman, which is a huge city. There's also a bunch of other sort of secondary cities like Salanthus. Let me start pinging these so you can sort of see. Okay, the ping, doggone it, there. Realgoth is right here. Karagoth was down here. Do you have any preferences? Those are sort of the main good areas that's controlled by the Empire of Solamnia right now.
Does anyone else have any input?
The chat's saying if there was a capital of the whole continent, it would be Palanthas, and I would tend to agree.
Okay,
All right, so Palanthas.
that sounds good.
You'd have to go there for schooling anyway in the
Okay.
religious arts, so that would work perfectly. All right, cool. So we've got a dwarf, we've got a tiefling, we've got a human, we've got a Kender, and we've got a draconian. This is as Dragonlance a group as you could possibly have, I think. Peak Dragonlance. Just for the sake of this, I'm going to add a human in here. Make sure you choose any of the racial traits that it asks you to choose from if there are options. And then let's move on to the next. So, of course, your size, you're going to have to choose. Your speed is usually dictated by your species. Skill choices, if they're an option, go ahead and start selecting those. I'm going to do... insight. Oh, shoot. I just screwed up my background. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to do healer just for fun, just to move on. Choose your 2 languages, or you can roll if you want. You don't have to choose them, but certainly your native language would be a smart one to choose, and then one that you interact around. Your first level characters, you don't have a lot of worldly experience at this point. So if you're from a human city, then human is probably your primary, secondary language. If you're a tiefling, then there are some sort of secondary languages like Abyssal that you would probably have as your native language. That's not even given as an option here, but you can just leave it unchecked or, have common or something like that for it. All right, next. Now, ability scores. We're going to be doing point buy. That means the highest that you can choose is 15 for a possible point buy. So take time. Think about this. Think about your class and what what abilities your class uses, and make sure that you have a nice, healthy setting in there. Yeah, Flare Prime, I'm customizing this for Dragonlance, and so I'm completely reskinning characters. So that's why. So Robert, what do you think you're going to be putting your highest stat as?
Either strength or dex. I was trying to decide if a fighter if I wanted a dex-based build or a strength-based build.
Right.
And then, because I kind of looked ahead in this a little bit with the Psi Warrior, I think I have to have it uses intelligence as the modifier for a lot of that stuff. So, had to put a little bit of extra in intelligence to make sure that I can effectively use my subclass when we get to level 3.
Yeah.
Charisma will be my dump stat. Yeah, I'm still toying with some options, but Dex or Strength will be my highest. Just as a fighter, just trying to figure out which way to lean on that.
Yeah, definitely. Good point in the chat here. When you're selecting your skills, make sure you're considering what other people might be choosing, because we want to have a swath of people with different skills for different situations. We don't want everyone to have healing, because then no one can intimidate or, whatever. So also consider stuff like that before we got to this point. Lauren, what do you think is going to be your highest stat?
Wisdom as a druid.
Nice. Okay. What's going to be your dump stat?
Gosh. Currently, strength and charisma are equal, because I end up becoming animals. So I could always put more. Probably charisma is the one I'm gonna want least, or care about the least.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what about you, Sam? What's your highest stat, you think?
Dexterity. Gotta go Dex.
Yeah, obviously. What about your least, your dump stat? What are you gonna do?
So I was like, what's a dump stat? So I haven't
Just your
played in a long
lowest
time.
stat.
It's gonna be Wisdom.
Okay. Make choices considerately. You just sort of act. What about you, Gabriel? What's your highest stat you're going to be putting in?
For me, it is going to be charisma.
Okay.
And the points are going to be evenly spread between Dex through Wisdom, and Strength is going to be my dump stat.
Nice. So keep in mind the calculations below, because it's already filled in, some of the other options for you. Just from, other choices that you had already made. Amy, what's your highest stat?
I'm thinking as a dwarf cleric, it should be wisdom.
Yeah, that's a good choice. And what about your lowest stat?
I'm trying to think. As a dwarf.
Are you a female or a male?
Female. I was thinking charisma would make the most sense, but Does anyone have an argument against that?
No, it just means Gabe's got to carry us through like every social encounter in the entire campaign.
Which is going to be
Buckle up, buddy.
horrible because he's a alien. He's a demon.
But he's a
That's
pretty
like-
demon.
That's like the prime way of doing it. Having the worst one that has the best charisma.
You're going to be like the Grinch with the mask. So no one sees who you really are, just like negotiating perfectly. All right. I mean,
Oh,
I don't
perfect.
mind.
I love it.
It'll be interesting.
Are dwarfs dexterous?
I mean, they can be. In 5th edition 2024, there's no stigmas, so you can literally do whatever you want. There's no reason not to. You know, if you want to be something, just do it. Don't dream it, be it. As Rocky Horror Picture Show says.
Let's do it.
I'm going to go with my original, and my lowest would be charisma.
Okay. Yeah, don't negotiate for us then.
Yeah, no one's talking to anybody in this campaign.
I know. You guys are just going to be running around.
I will.
Okay, so once you're done with your character stats, go ahead and go to your choosing equipment.
Wait, which method are we using again?
Oh, the point buy for ability
Okay.
scores.
Okay.
Hey, can I have an elephant?
An elephant? No, you can't have an elephant.
Nah,
No, it was an
Worth a
elk last
shot.
game. She needs another elk.
it's not on here. I
Oh.
see elephant.
Yeah. Go ahead and select either, your starting equipment. It says A or B in most cases based on your background and your class. I'm just going to choose stuff for simplicity's sake. Once you add your equipment, make sure once you get to your character sheet that you click the equip button so that you actually show the armor class and the weapon abilities. Is anyone not doing like preset gear? Is anyone gonna do like
What?
gold?
How do you feel about us selling off some of our pre-done gear to buy other weapons?
Make sure that you're proficient in them. You
Yeah,
can
'cause
sell-
I was-
at
I was
first level.
looking-
Go ahead and sell 1 for 1.
Okay.
So
Because yeah, just looking at the class, so one of the things that the 2024 rule set has is weapon mastery, which is lets you do other things. So like instead of it like being just a longsword that you have, it also has other things that it can do. Like has other little features that you get for it. So like some of it is like, what do I want to be able to do? So I was looking at weapons, and then it's not necessarily the default weapons that come with the equipment.
that's okay. Just make sure that you're proficient in it, and
Yep.
sell it 1 for 1.
Okay.
And I don't mind at all.
Perfect.
But it looks like we're gonna have time to play, so make sure you do it before we play.
Oh yeah, I'll be fast. We're good.
Anyone else gonna do swap outs, or are you just gonna do default equipment?
I added ball bearings. I bought them.
Okay, that's okay. Anyone else? All right. We'll go ahead and get your possessions down. And the final step is to view your character sheet. So this is where you're going to go over to your inventory and select your weapons and your armor if you have any. Make sure that that's all equipped. And let's just do one last look here under background on your alignment and your faith. So Amy, you're the only one that has, so far that we've dictated, has a specific god that you're following. So under faith, just put Mishakal. Let me just put it in chat here, in Skype chat. That's how you spell it. And then we haven't talked about your god, Lauren. So you're a Kender who wanders around and finds dragon eggs, or draconian eggs, excuse me, which, is something that happens. What are you going to do? What do you think about gods? Who's your druid god?
Yeah. I looked.
So this has got to be Dragonlance specific, of course.
Yeah. The tree one. Zivilin.
Zivilin, okay. He exists in all times and in all lands and possesses the wisdom of all the planes of existence. He is a god of knowledge. I'm not sure that's best for a druid, but you can certainly have it as your god if you want.
What are the other options? They went
So,
really fast last time.
Yeah, Chislev is the companion of Zivilin. It's the nature incarnate. She serves by large numbers of animated wooden creatures who carry out her wishes. She's like the go-to druid god. Shiner is the goddess of wealth and money. Syrian is the goddess of flame and natural power. These are neutral gods. If you wanted to go with an evil god and water, Zeboim is the sea goddess, the sea queen. She is the daughter of Techesis. She is like... Ooh, I don't know what series is recording me. She's a bit schizophrenic, to put it lightly. A little bit all over the place.
Like the ocean?
Yeah, if you want... Yeah, exactly. If you want to be more good... Do you want to be more good or neutral? Or evil?
I think I like the ocean one the most.
Okay, so there's other ones that you might want to consider about ocean. Let me look here really quick. There's really not any others that are like specific to ocean. Habbakuk, for example, is animal life and the sea. So Habbakuk would be the good opposition of Zivilin, which is of Zeboim, which is the evil sea queen. Habbakuk doesn't really have dominion over the sea like Zeboim does, but it's also a god of the sea, but in a good sense.
Okay, I like that's interesting too. I'm looking at their like wikis right now.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be better because I like the idea of her being chaotic good, like generally wanting good, whatever that means to her at the time. And, I'll do whatever I need to do to do that.
So to throw a wrench into the mix, even good people, their sailors, will make sacrifices to Zeboim to ensure that they have a good sea voyage. Like, they need to placate the goddess of the sea no matter what. So I don't know if you want to have that be a devotee of Zeboim, but certainly the good variant of Habbakuk is a good option. If you do want to be good. All right. And what about...
I want to be like super good. I want to be a little bad.
The nature is good and bad, I mean, there's...
Yeah.
It's all about life and
death.
death.
Habbakuk, baby.
Okay, so what about the other ones, like Robert, Sam, Gabriel? Are you guys particularly religious, or you just sort of go along with your thing?
I don't think that my character would necessarily have... He would just... Whatever the Kender does, he will kind of follow suit. He probably doesn't understand why. But, the Kender, talks about the god and does the thing, and he's like, yeah, that's the one.
Right. Okay. What about you, Sam? Are you a particularly religious human?
I'm reading right now, and I'm probably going to say it wrong. Is it Shinari or Shinar?
Yeah. Shiner?
I think.
Shinar?
Yeah, Shiner. However you pronounce. That one piques my interest. So.
Goddess of wealth, money, and industry? That sounds very human to me. Nice. So, I mean, you're clearly not a cleric of her, but you just sort of, that's like your family patron god, and she's gotten you through, all the dark times in your life. And when the goblin raids were coming through, you sort of, your family always looked to her, and you feel like, some semblance of protection or aid in some way helped with your favorable dealings with some of the more evil races, maybe. Nice. Okay.
I like it.
What about you, Gabriel, with your tiefling?
How many years after is this from when the tieflings were released from their little dimension?
So that was at 0 SC. So this is like almost 50 years later.
50 years later?
51 years later, yeah. So your first half of your life, you were raised in the Abyss. And once that opened up and your family left, you've been in this wild, strange new land. So, I mean, in the Abyss, of course, it's Takhisis, Queen of Darkness. She reigns supreme, but all the other evil gods have locations in those sort of areas as well. So it's kind of up to you whether you're a particular religious person or not. As a bard, you might want to consider, again, it doesn't matter because you don't have cleric powers as bard, right? It's all arcane or sorceress.
Um,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not seeing anything off of this.
Okay, well, I think the spells that a bard casts are arcane-based spells or sorcery-based spells. They're not divine, not God-given. So if you do think of a god, it's probably going to be one of like music. So maybe Branchala, because Branchala is basically the bardic god. He's a bard himself. His music is that of the souls of all who live.
I'm probably going to go the atheist route and
All right.
create my own music without the helpings of gods or
That's
demons
totally
or
fine.
devils.
Yeah, I dig it. All right, so not so much Danzig, maybe more Fiona Apple. I don't know. Just throw out words. All right, anything else for your characters? Any other last things you guys got to tie up? Any last bows? Do you feel like you got your characters down?
Everybody got a name? That's the...
Aha, good.
I guess that'd be the last question.
Yeah, Robert, what's your name?
Kithris. I think that's how I would pronounce it. I was kind of trying to go with a DragonLance name. So K''THRISS.
K''T H what? RISS?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, just look. Is that right?
It's I dropped it in the chat.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. And
Yes.
Lauren, what's your character's name?
So Lilo and Stitch, right? But she grew up, so Lihigh. Lihigh.
GH?
Like high.
Yeah. Or
Like high end.
All right. Sam, what's your character's name?
Haven't gotten that far yet. I think I'm going to stick with Henry, though.
Henry. All right.
Very
You
human.
are a very
Just-
vanilla human.
I'm Henry the human.
I'm a man. Simple. All right, Gabriel, what's your name?
That's how Kithris is going to refer to you as.
It's
Yes,
going
Henry,
to be
Henry.
Boros. Boros.
Boros. All right. How about you, Amy?
I was thinking Elowyn. I feel like that sounds more elvish though, so I was
For sure.
thinking maybe my mother could have been best friends with an elf
Okay.
when she was younger, and she named me after that best friend.
Oh, I like that. Okay. How do you spell Elowyn?
Elowyn.
Elowyn. All right.
And I also chose Elvish as one of my languages, so that would fit with the backstory too.
Cool. All right. Player 6, I have no idea. We'll figure that out when he shows up. All right, so everyone's got a name, everyone's got a race, everyone's got a class, everyone's got their equipment. If you cast spells, memorize them now. Choose your spells. What I really like about this player's handbook is that if you go to your class, it shows you the first level spell options there that are specific to your class rather than looking through all of the spells. So that might be a good cheat sheet to reference for your spell class choices. Okay, so yeah, let's do Flare Prime here is asking a quick run through for people who are popping in here at the last minute. Kithris, what's your racing class?
Kithris is a mechanically a gold dragonborn. In Dragonlance, it would be an Aurak Draconian. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And he is a fighter.
Nice. And Lihigh? How do you... Lihigh?
Whatever.
Lay?
Whatever sounds cool. Lihigh.
Lihigh. Okay.
Lihigh.
You know what's funny is there's a nation of high-low, which Lihigh just reminded me of. And that's where Kender They literally just found this flying citadel one day, and they climbed inside of it, and they like lifted the flying citadel up and flew it across the continent. It crashed into a mountain, and they just named the town Hilo. Like they're like, we're staying here now. Where's this Hilo?
It's fine.
So Lihigh,
I love
Hilo. All right. And you're a Kender Druid, right?
Kender Druid. Yeah.
All right. And Henry, what are you?
Henry the Human, of course.
Henry the Human, what?
Henry the Human Rogue,
Human
chaotic
rogue.
neutral.
Nice. Are you a small human or are you a medium human? Is that an option?
Medium.
Okay.
So about 6 foot, 180.
That's pushing tall. All right. Impressive, Henry the Human. You have to duck a lot as the rogue. You do a lot of like Scooby-Doo sneaking around.
I'm an imposing force that you can't see.
Yeah. Boros, can you give us a quick rundown race class?
Yep, I am a Abyssal Tiefling Bard.
Nice.
Expected to be evil, but not.
Yeah. You go against the grain. Nice.
Yeah, because screw that noise.
Yeah. And Elowyn, race class?
A dwarf cleric?
Yeah.
That-
Dwarf
That
cleric.
racing class?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely. All right. Any other questions, chat? Noah, thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Great again. Gargath, greatest of artifacts. Most dangerous of artifacts, actually. But yes, definitely greatest as well. Till it was busted open by the stupid Urda ogres. I say Irda, but people get mad when I say Irda. All right. Players, should we take a break now or should we just dive right in?
Could use a quick breakity break.
Use a quick break? All right. Let's do a quick break. Let's try to keep it under 10 minutes, and we will be back, and we will dive into this modified version of Tyranny of Dragons. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience while we had to, deal with life. So, we're back. Our characters are created. Our players are chomping at the bit to dive into this campaign, but there's one last step before we can do that, and that is a campaign connection. Why are these people together? Because you're all together at the beginning of this. You are one unified party. So all of you tell me, before I give you a reason why you're connected to the campaign, why are you all together? Amy, I'm going to put you on the spot. Why are you all together? You're all, With all these ne'er-do-wells, what made this cleric of yours decide? While
I
you're
don't know.
considering it, while you're considering that, Boros, how about you? Why are you with this group?
To give a little bit of backstory, and are we all meeting in? Is it all meeting inside the northern town? Correct.
No. I'll tell you guys. You guys are ultimately going to be heading toward a town called First Ward. Now, I'm using some of the conversion references that Dragonlance Nexus put out, so thank you very much. I believe it was Ed McKeel who put it together. He did an initial conversion for Tyranny of Dragons into Dragonlance. I'm taking some of that, but I'm changing a lot of it as well. So ultimately, the first town we're going to be heading to is First Ward, which is this little town right at the mouth of Shalsea, the stupid ping thing. The new sea.
We don't see it.
Go to your maps. So you should have a link for the maps. Do you need it?
Probably.
Actually, on the top of your character sheet, where it says Campaign Tyranny of Dragons, there's a little play button, and if you click that, it will launch you into the map.
So this is First Ward, where we're actually starting the campaign. You guys are going to be heading toward it, and I'm going to give you reasons why, but I want to know why you guys are together. So, Sam, why are you with these individuals? You're muted, by the way.
Thank you. We haven't discussed this as a group yet, so hopefully Lihigh's okay with this. But we've run into each other numerous times. A few times I've caught her trying to steal things that I was trying to steal, and there's been some issues there.
Oh, the Kender.
Yeah, but we became friends.
I like the
I
group's
love that.
answer. Sometimes we just make terrible life choices.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. Daniel, thanks for tuning in. All right, so Lauren, why are you with these people?
Well, Henry, right?
Lihigh.
Henry the human?
Oh yeah, Henry the Human.
Henry the human. Henry told me about this and said that it would be the right thing to do. I don't necessarily know what we're about to go do, so I'm trying to be kind of vague here. So, yeah, he told me that I should come along. I could find some cool stuff. Maybe it would be fun. It'd be exciting, and at least be an adventure.
Right.
And so then, who is it? Kithris obviously just joined along with me and said, yeah, we're going. We're hanging out.
I go wherever the Kender goes.
I blame Henry for getting us into any trouble.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Elowyn, do you have a reason?
I'm on a quest of redemption, and part of my penance is helping this group.
Nice.
This is her court-ordered community service. The judge is like, you gotta hang out with these ding-dongs and don't let them do anything too harsh. I like it. It's good.
All right. That works for me, if that's what you want. So, Robert, we're going to start with you, and this is how you're connected to the actual game. that we're about to play here. So 7. On his deathbed, your father confessed your father. How are we going to do this? So Lihigh, is that right, Lihigh?
Yeah.
So Lihigh, when your father was dying, Kithris believes that that's his father as well. On his deathbed, he confessed that he'd become involved with a group called the Cult of the Dragon. They paid him to smuggle goods across Ansalon. Racked by guilt, he begged you to investigate this cult and undo the evil that he may have helped foster. He urged you to begin your search in the town called First Ward.
Is there any way you can also drop that into the chat so I can copy paste it, because I don't type as fast as you talk?
Eventually. Not
Eventually.
Right. No.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, so Lihigh, yours is 9. You and your family were members of the Cult of the Dragon, which makes sense that your father was involved with them, until your rivals in the cult arranged to wipe you out. Though they slaughtered your kin, you survived, but they think that you're dead. Now is your chance for vengeance. Your hit list consists of 3 names: a human cultist named Frulam Mondath, a half-ogre named Bog Luck, and a draconian named Resmir. You will be arriving in First Ward, knowing it's next on the cult's lists of targets. So your family was working with this cult for some insane reason. And they are the direct reason for their demise. Pretty dark stuff here, people. All right, Henry the Human. Onthar Froom, a crusading warrior and champion of good, is your friend and mentor. He's asked you... The friend and mentor of a rogue. He's trying to turn you over to the light. He's failed, but he tried. He's asked you to travel, to First Ward, in search of rumors of increasing dragon activity. So that's your connection. Next, we have Boros. His is... Being the grandchild of a renowned dragon slayer is usually a good way to impress people, but just last week a gang of ruffians attacked you. You barely escaped with your life, but as you fled, the ruffians told you that the Cult of Dragon never forgets and always avenges. You're hoping to lie low in a sleepy little town called First Ward until it blows over. So you have this direct connection because you were jumped by some members of this cult. Clearly, this cult is pervasive. All right, Elowyn, let's figure out what your connection is. We've already done that one. We've done that one. Oops. We've done that too. Come on. I'm just going to choose one now. You have a secret. And that's not what it is. When an ogre raid drove your family from your home, which makes sense as a hill dwarf, the people of First Ward took your mother in. Anyone who threatens First Ward is your sworn enemy. Now that you've heard that the cult has moved toward there, you've decided to return to your mother's ancestral home and try to avenge her or discover some sort of information on them, or however you want to interpret that. All right, so that's all of your connections to it. Any further development about your party? Or, I mean, this could be a very good reason why you're all together, ultimately traveling, but anything else? All right. Well, for the past several days, you have been traveling a road that winds lazily across the rolling grasslands of Southland. Sundown is approaching when you top a rise and see the town of First Ward, just a few short miles away. But instead of the pleasant, welcoming town you expected, you see columns of black smoke rising from burning buildings, running figures that are little more than dots in the distance, and a dark, winged shape wheeling low over the keep that rises above the center of the town. First Ward is being attacked by a dragon. Now, It is nighttime, like the sun is going down as you guys are traveling toward, let me show you the area here. As you're traveling toward First Ward, that is so annoying. That ping is just brutal.
So if you switch the ping, if you click the ping and go back to the little squiggly line,
Yeah.
then you just, like, as you spin it around, like if you click and hold, yeah, it'll just like spin that way.
That's better. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are moving towards the town. The sun is going down. You see this in the distance. What do you do?
I swear a lot. What the hell's going on?
Kithris looks to Lihigh and says,
Does this mean we get to attack now? Can we please? I haven't killed anything in this many days.
Other than that dinner, you're going to get indigestion from eating it so much. So fast.
Well, let's wait and see what's going on before we go in and start killing people. We need to know who we need to kill.
Okay.
Start getting a
Anyone
little
else?
closer.
All right, it's going to take you an hour or so to get down into the town, and by then the sun will have gone down. It is going to be dim light throughout the entire town. Does anyone have any form of infravision? Or are you all...
I've got dark vision.
Okay, anyone else?
I got a torch.
Okay.
I believe I have dark vision too.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I do. 120 feet.
Oh, nice. What about the Tiefling?
I'm a little bit special. Oh, yeah, I have dark vision for 60 feet.
All right. And does the Kender? No. And the human. So the Kender and the human are grasping each other's arms, trying to stay on the... No, it's not blackout. It's just dim light. It's pretty dark, but the fires from the city are illuminating the area. It's sort of juxtaposed by the scent of the new sea that's sort of washing up from miles away, giving that scent of salt and sea. As overhead in the sky, you're hearing the screech above of, that the echoing of the dragon bouncing off of the nearby mountain peaks. It's sort of giving you this foreboding sense of doom as you're slowly approaching this town on foot. Really should be asking yourselves, is this a good idea? Should we really be doing this? As you continue into town, or you get closer to town, you see the dragon making like these dips, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, light flashes in front of your eyes in the distance, blinding you momentarily as if someone takes a flashlight and sort of points it in your eye, turns it on and off. And then seconds later, you hear this, actually before you even see the flash, you hear this boom sort of sound. And then the flash then the sound, I'm trying to think. You're seeing the flash and then the sound hits a little bit later as this sort of force washes past you all the closer you get, and you see the fires erupting from this lightning striking on the town, and you're starting to now, through the sound of the booms of this lightning breath that's striking the town, this dragon strafing it, you're hearing screams and cries of the citizens of this town. And some of you have connections with some of these people, others of you not so much, but you are here to investigate, and it certainly seems like something bad is going down. Do you continue on toward the town?
Yeah, it looks exciting.
We should approach with caution.
Yeah, I can't quite see.
What's that?
What is caution?
I can see fine. What do you mean you can't see?
No, I can't see.
Yeah, my human eye's not good in this situation.
Oh.
And we
can
don't
hear.
fully know what's going on in the city just yet.
Yeah.
We should scout it out and get the full picture of the situation before we do anything too irrational.
Is there a way that we can approach like the outskirts and try to get a closer look without like just walking down Main Street?
Well, it's kind of tough. This is a town that is not quite on the edge of the New Sea itself. There's a nice river that sort of winds around the south of the town that feeds into the New Sea from Kalen Mountain Range. You guys are sort of moving down hills into this sort of little valley area that the town is sort of nestled within. And it's dark. So, I mean, you can head north and east, or you can head south and east if you want to escape the perimeter of the town. It's kind of really difficult to see anything because you can see the fires haven't really started in the houses as much as some of the hay bales and the farmlands surrounding it. It looks like they're clearly doing something with intention, not just trying to destroy the town outright. But exactly how do you want to approach this?
Are there any animals around? I can speak with animals and ask them what's going on, or if they could go look for me.
You see some farmland a little bit to the northeast. If you want to start moving that way, it'll take you a few minutes to get there, but you just see some sheep over there.
Hey, you guys mind if we go over here so I can ask the sheep what's going on?
I don't know why you always try to talk to those things, but yeah, sure.
I will pick up the Kender and put her on my shoulder and walk towards sheep.
Thank you.
You just pick her up on your shoulder and just do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she carried me in her backpack when I was an egg. I carry her on my back now. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So is everyone else okay with the Kender going to talk to sheep? Is that's a normal thing?
Recon, baby.
It is for Kithris, so he's not going to question it.
Is there anything on said Kender that says that she could possibly speak with animals?
No,
Specifically,
her membership badge is not showing right now.
Travel together. I'm sure I've brought it up. It's very cool.
Apparently, she's very proud of it, so you probably do know about it, so it shouldn't be that odd.
Okay, then I won't bat an eye at it.
To normal people, it would be very strange, but nothing about this is normal, so it's okay.
I mean, I speak with animals in my day-to-day life. They just don't talk back.
That's good. If they did, that would be when you have a problem. All right. So you head over to this sort of cordoned off area by this sort of lazy broken fencing, but it's good enough to hold the sheep in. You can see that they're pressed against the furthest, most northern, western side of the fence to stay as far away from the havoc of the inside of the town as possible. And they're just sort of bleeding, sort of like in this tight little area. There's about 15 of them all sort of scurrying around for position, jockeying around. What do you do? What do you say?
I gotta speak with animals on myself, and then I look at them and say,
so how do
what
is your mannerisms when you're casting spells? Is this verbal and somatic? Is there a material component involved?
Verbal and somatic. And I see a material component involved.
Okay. So just sort of describe briefly how you go about casting your spells. I mean, is it just something you just sort of concentrate and meditate on for a minute? Do you call out to your god and request power? Like, what is your process?
I don't think anything so dignified. I think...
Because if there's verbal, you have to say something.
I look at the kind of animal I'm trying to speak with, and I, kind of start looking like a sheep, and I'm, bah! Sheep, bah! Bah!
Yeah.
You know, if it was a different animal,
yeah,
a different sound.
You'd definitely make a different sound, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So it takes a minute for it to kick in. Initially, you're just, bah! You're just yelling at the sheep.
She does this all the time. It's really weird when it's like a cow. Don't ask.
Everyone else is just like, oh my gosh, just let it end,
Everyone
please.
wants to know what Fox says, and I don't.
Nice.
What's she on?
So eventually you're like, bah, bah, enough. And one of them sort of stops for a minute and turns and sort of cocks its head to the side, looking at you, sort of like sticks its tongue out. What do you want?
What's happening?
There's monsters from the sky. They're trying to burn our wool.
Specifically just your wool? Or like
I don't know
other stuff?
specifically. It's fire. It's hot and it kills us. We have to run. Survival, ma.
What are they burning?
It looks like the town is going in flames.
When did this start?
Well, time is a construct. I don't understand as the sheep.
Oh, right. Where was the sun?
It was light in the day. We could see our shadows beneath our feet.
Guys, do we need to ask them? Do you want to ask them anything else? Or, like, I don't
What,
really know
what,
to ask
what
them.
did you even say to them? None of us. All I hear is bah.
They said this started at, like, noonish. And they're burning everything, the dragons. And they want their wool.
Did he say how many?
How many sheep? I don't know, like, oh,
No,
How many
no,
dragons?
no. How many dragons? Yeah.
hold
good
on.
idea.
How many dragon or how many flying creatures?
There's small ones all over all the time. Sometimes they come down and take our hay. Selfish bastards.
Okay, the sheep are hilarious. There's little ones all over all the time. They're very upset that
Birds.
they take their hay.
Clear reference.
Oh, these are little birds they're talking about.
Yeah, the little ones that take
Oh.
their hay and stuff for nests.
Okay. What about the fire? How many fire creatures
Birds.
from the sky?
I don't know fire, just heat. It's scary. There's one. There it is. And in the dark distance, you can see this massive shape just filter across the darkness of the sky, blacking it out. Now, right now, Solinary and Lunitary, the silver and red moons, are low. They're waxing. They're almost completely black. And Nuatari, no one even sees at all. It's permanent blackness. So the sky is actually incredibly dark. Just these tiny slivers of silver and red light cascading across the sheep's wool and sort of casting your shadows in this strange crimson light, making the sheep almost appear infernal in just sort of the red glow. But the fires that are happening further down in the town proper and sort of in the fields just surrounding it, just south of you right now. They're casting this sort of eerie, deep shadow light as well, making it even a little bit more difficult to see exact numbers of anything. But this massive black shape flies past between you and the fires, blocking it out, giving you this image of this incredibly large form moving across the sky. And that seems to be the only one that you guys have seen as you've been approaching the town.
Do we see a rider, or is he?
You can't get detail like that.
Can we see what color he is? Those of us that have infrared vision.
The infrared vision is going to give you details like that, especially
Okay.
at this distance. You just
Okay.
see broad shape in the darkness.
Okay.
I do believe that gave us our that answered our question.
Just the one. Yeah.
Just the one.
One's
All
enough.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I take the fence
You're
apart
going to
and I
free
let them
us!
go.
You're free! As they hop over the broken pieces that you're like pulling down. Freedom! Thank you!
You're welcome.
As they
I
sort
hope
of
you
like
guys come back later to help us.
disappear. It could happen. Strange things have happened. All right, so you let this farmer's flock go. Nice. Sure they'll appreciate
horrible.
that if they survive.
They need to run from the dragons and hide. They can't do that if they're in this pen.
So what are you guys doing?
Well,
How?
which direction did the dragon fly in? Or
It's circling the town. It's sort of like passing over past in front of like the sort of fiery smoke when you saw the silhouette of it, and then it just sort of disappears in the night sky. and then you can see it move back around. This massive lightning strikes out of the darkness, ignites some piece of hay or building or structure. Massive just flash of light blinds you momentarily, and then the boom hits you incredibly loud a second later.
Can we tell as it's circling, like, does it seem like it's looking for something, or is it just causing chaos? Or
How long are you going to wait and watch?
how long did this conversation with the sheeple take?
As long as it took this, so,
Okay.
a minute and a half.
Do we have any cover around us at all? Or are we just standing right out in the open?
You're pretty much out in the open right now. It is night, so that helps a little.
Everything sees better than me, though.
Henry, the 6'1" human.
Have we seen as these are? I think Kithris would probably be, as she's talking, like seeing what's going on. He's looking around and trying to take, like note of what else is going on. Has anyone else approached us? Does it seem like we can see any other like combatants, draconians?
If you're
Anybody,
trying to
like,
see into the
besides
town
the dragon?
proper, I mean, you're hearing screams. You see people like hiding behind buildings, and it's again very, very difficult to see anything. But you're seeing forms that look like they're hiding behind a farmhouse, and they run across into another deep shadow cast by the fires, trying to hide. You see figures in the town proper, but it's very, very far away. Every once in a while, passing between buildings. It looks like some people are going into some buildings and sort of kicking stuff around. Amid the screams, you're hearing like the sounds of like someone inside a building breaking things and roughing up areas. I mean, it's this great cacophony of chaos.
How far is the closest like group of people running from place to place, like hiding behind farmhouses? Like, could we get to them and ask questions that may be more intelligent than what we get from a sheep?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see one group. This is let's see, 5 people. There's sort of like 3 of them are small, 2 of them are larger. It's kind of hard to see in the dim light. They're sort of like hiding, like just, it's like walking out of a building, going in between 2 buildings, like sort of looking around. If you ran, you could get to them quickly.
I think, yeah, that's what Kithris will be like.
If we run after them, maybe they can tell us more than the sheep tell us.
Okay, let's
And
go
if-
get him.
Yeah, so he'll start making his way towards them, which is an awesome idea because this Draconian just, wait a minute, I want to talk to you.
Excuse me.
All right, so Elowyn, what do you do when the Draconian starts charging towards these people hiding in an alley between 2 structures?
Get out of his way.
Probably not a horrible idea.
So you just watch him like run by?
Yeah, observe for now.
All right, what about you, Boros?
I'm going to take off after the fucking
Yep, watch it.
Kithris.
Kithris? All right.
Yeah.
And Henry?
And
sorry.
make sure he doesn't get into anything that would spiral greatly out of control.
All right. Well, just for context, we have a monster dragon humanoid and a demon humanoid running after people. What could
This
possibly
can
go
only
wrong?
end well. It can only end well.
Henry the human, what do you do?
Henry the human is following Kithris as well, a little more cautiously though,
Okay.
trying to stay in the shadows if at all possible.
Right. And Lihigh? Lihigh? Am I saying your name right?
I'm still on the back of
Oh, okay.
Kithris. Like, I'm
So you're just
going.
riding him, just like, whoa!
Yeah, this is great.
Okay. Let's get in this.
Sorry.
I 100% blame all of you for this, just so you know. I got to add all of you to this. Give me a second. So encounter, How do I add? We need to add your characters here. So we're going to add Kithris, Boros, Elowyn, Lihigh, and Henry. That's everyone, right?
Yep.
All right. Let me move you guys. Oh, is there a way to like select all of you at once? Yeah, there we go.
Yes. Yep. Perfect.
So you guys are running south. Kithris and Lihigh are first. Boros is second. Elowyn staying back, just sort of getting out of the way, and Henry is running up on the side. Does that look like a good starting point for y'all?
Yeah.
Add to this. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. This is the second time I'm using this, people, so bear with me here when it gets crazy. So as you're running down toward these family in the dark, without warning, these 5 humans dash out between the 2 buildings, looking at you, charging at them. A limping man, 3 young children, as you get close, you can identify, race across the street into more shadows, and a woman carrying a round shield and broken spear turns and faces back in the direction from which you all are coming. 7 kobolds stream out of the alley on the family's heels that you didn't even see in the darkness and fan out around the woman, who looks determined to delay the creatures for as long as possible. Now I need to select all these people and unhide them. And this is, if you zoom in really tight, you can see this sort of situation. So you got the woman in the center of these kobolds. You got a man and 3 children that ran down south across the street away from you guys. And so she was clearly not just running from you, but certainly a massive draconian and with a Kender whooping on its back. And this really tall cloaked figure is sort of freaking them out like, you know, hell is on its way. So do you guys want to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll initiative. Let's find out
Let's do it.
where we are.
Let's see if I need to change my dice. Oh, we're okay. We'll take that roll.
So I just hit start.
Wasted a nat 20.
Oh, what a waste. So if I select these, yeah, it does show hit points and everything.
Yep. It's the latest update, which was so nice.
Uh-oh. There we go. So how do I adjust the hit points on this?
So click back on the kobold, a little back, and then just click the hit points where it says 5 out of 5. Just click it, and you should be able to adjust it from there.
Oh, the 5 out of 5. Okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
So did you all roll initiative?
Yep. It should have automatically put us in the right order.
All right, I'm showing
It may-
Kithris is first. So Kithris, you see them. You can use your ruler to find out how far away you are. You're still pretty far away.
Let's see here.
It looks like you're about 45 feet.
Yep, and I have just 30 feet of movement. So.
That's it? Is
Yep.
it the Kender? She weighing you down?
No, that's my base. Is
Just throw her in
35.
front of you. It'll be like a
I
honey
got
badger.
used to holding up my weight.
I would say so. He will run up to here, which was just 30 feet. I guess we'll take the Kender too. And he is going to pull out his. Is it? I'm assuming it's safe to assume the kobolds seem to be the cause of the problems here.
There's certainly part of it, yeah.
I guess he will yell out first, "Hey, what's going on?" And based on that, we'll decide to throw a javelin or something.
Okay, so when you're in an action, you can throw out quick like comments, but you can't have like
Yeah.
a conversation.
Alright.
So
We'll
they
just,
don't even really know you're there. There's so much going around, the blaring of fire, the
Okay.
thunder striking, and people screaming and yelling. And
Then he will, this first kobold on the corner here, he will just huck a javelin at.
this one, okay.
If I zoom in more, what is it? Kobold C, it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, he will just take out a javelin and huck it at the kobold for a big old 7.
Goblin C like doesn't even notice you as the javelin just flies through the darkness silently over them, past them, into the ground.
Crap.
Anything else?
And then, Nope, that's I at level 1. I think I get movement action. I doubt I have any relevant bonus actions. Nope.
Yeah.
So that'll be it for now.
All right, Henry Ashbluff. You up?
All right, so I've never done a digital game, so like you were talking about rulers and everything like that. I'm not sure how to make that work. So
Okay, so you click on the ruler, you click on where you are, and you drag it to wherever you want to go, and it tells you how far it is.
there's a ruler. That was what I was missing.
And you uncheck the ruler to uncheck it.
All right. No, I'm not gonna be able to go very far.
Clicking the mouse icon or the little circle person at the bottom will let you pick up your token and move it.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna move up right about here.
Yeah. Now, if you have one action, which is usually like a move, or an action is usually like your attack in a combat situation. If you can't move your full move to where you want to go, you can use what's called a dash as your action, which gives you your full move again. You won't be able to do anything else, but if you want to do that, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back a little ways.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go for the longbow.
Well, if you're going to do that, you can probably hit them. What's your range on your longbow?
150.
Oh, yeah, you could hit any of them if you want.
I can. So I'm gonna go for the same one. Was it C?
Well, you have no idea which one he threw it at because he just threw a
Oh,
javelin
yeah.
into the darkness.
Well, the closest one is the.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got worse eyesight than him. Damn it.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard for you to see. You're going to have, I'm just going to have you take a disadvantage through the dimness. So you roll the d20 twice, or there might be a key you can hit to do disadvantage rolls.
Let's see.
So on your character sheet, if
So I'm gonna
you
hit dice
right
twice.
click, well, if you right click the number that you're plus to hit, if you right click it, it'll bring up a little dialog box. And
Oh.
click disadvantage,
Disadvantage.
and then roll. Yep.
I'm gonna do that. All right. That was not good.
What did it happen?
12.
12? That's what you need. So you pull out your arrow, and that was your disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. You just take a quick breath. Hope I don't hit this woman. And into the darkness it goes. You're not even sure visibly, because you can't really see the arrow at this point. You just hear this scream out, this piercing
Nice.
the darkness.
As long as it wasn't a lady's scream.
Give me some damage.
6.
Okay, so you hear a scream and nothing else. Like, that's the end of it. You
Oh,
see a
nice.
form that maybe dropped, but at this distance, you're not even sure that happened. Okay, next up is Kobold A. Where the hell is Kobold A? There he is. So Kobold A, seeing his friend drop down right next to him, stops, looks around, sees Kithris with this strange growth on his back, and immediately turns toward him. Oh, pardon me. Give me 1 second. I got to see what their weapon is. Pulls out his sling really quick, moves his arm, flies through the air. It's a +4 to hit. So we're going to go after Kithris. What? Okay, this is frustrating. Sling +4 roll. Oh my gosh.
Oh, scroll down. Scroll down further on the stat block.
Yeah, I
Use the
saw it.
actions.
He just rolled a 20. So this
nice.
bullet just smacks
Do it.
you right in the head. You take
Ow!
4 damage. Like, that's a lot. And he just smacks you, sort of knocks you for a second. Lay, I need a dexterity check. Or
Dex
Lihigh.
check.
Not
I'm
Lay.
gonna. Any L will work. You can even call me Lauren.
I'm trying to
Dex
be immersive
check.
here.
Lihigh. There it is. Okay. How about a little 11?
Did that do it? Did that go over your or under your dex?
Oh, under? Yes.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm used to AD&D.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
this, an 11, I'm going to say you need a 10 to do it because it's not really hard to hold on. But he's, the Dragonborn, or the Draconian sort of smacked in the side of the head, wobbles a bit, and you're just like grabbing, like swooning on his back, doing your best to hold on.
Whoa.
Kobold V breaks off of her and charges forward to Kithris, and he's going to strike out with his dagger with an 8 on Kithris. Kithris, your armor class?
16.
He moves in. You easily step aside as you just watch him charge toward you. He just jabs out with the sword or the dagger, and you sort of move to the side. Nothing really happens at that point. The next kobold up is D. He attacks Inan with his dagger. He strikes at her with a 19, hits her for 4 damage. She screams out, "Ah! Coz, help!" Clearly hurt. Wait, where the hell is this girl? What is her name? Linen. There she is. -4. Screams out for help. She hears the sort of call and response from her husband. He's like, "I've got the girls! Run! Run!" Yeah, just sort of everyone's, sort of losing their mind in the chaos of battle. The kobold that's right in front of her on the other side is going to strike out at her as well. "You're gonna die, human wench! You should have given us your goods when you had the chance!" Stabs right into her. She takes another 4. You see her drop down to the ground.
Oh no.
I'm going to do a black circle on her. Oh, where is she? Leanin, 4 damage. All right, next up is F. Once she hits the ground, you see the kobold run down south toward the other buildings. Again, this is all very dark and difficult to see. He's going to attack Kuth. F. I'll get the hang of this, so it'll be a lot faster. Wow, they're rolling really high. Cuts right into Kuth. He screams out. You hear distance through like the sort of the din of chaos. "Run, girls, run!" As he drops down to his knees. The only people that see that is maybe Lihigh. Maybe. All right, Kobold G is going to run straight up toward Kithris as well and attack him. "Dragon Draconian, you're on the wrong side of things. You should be helping us." Goes out to strike at you. You easily parry him off with your halberd, is it?
He's probably got his greatsword out right now.
Okay.
I have a halberd, a greatsword, and a trident. So.
All right. So Boros, you're up.
Okay. To give a little bit of support, I'm going to move around this building to right here. That is 30 feet right there. And, yeah, he's within range. I'm going to use a cantrip called Starry Wisp.
Can you describe what that does?
Yep. Starry Wisp. You launch a mote of light at one creature or object within range. The range is 60 feet. It is within 42, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Make a ranged spell attack against the target. Once a hit, the target takes 1d8 radiant damage, and until the end of your next turn, it emits dim light in a 10-foot radius and can't benefit from the invisible condition. So now...
Okay. So I'm not sure I'm understanding this. So you strike out at it with an attack roll of 15, which hits. And what type of damage does it do?
It is radiant damage.
And it's this first kobold up here?
Yes, it's the one closest to me right here. Oh, I'm not pinging it. It's Kobold A.
Okay. So give me the initial damage. And
It
there's
is
no
7.
save?
No, there's no save
No,
on it. This
no
is a
save.
new cantrip for 2024.
That's okay. So,
right,
describe what it looks like when you do this. Like when you cast it, what are you doing?
This bright, or not, well, yeah, this purple / golden light just swirling, dashes or darts forward and hits the kobold, and the kobold lights up and emits everything within a 10-foot radius of it,
Just with light?
or dim light.
Okay, so it's already dim light right now. So you see it like flash out for a moment as it strikes him. He screams as it billows him in the back. He almost stumbles over the corpse down at his feet as he sort of like turns around and looks back at you and just screams, "Ah!" Sort of pissed off. What was the damage again?
7 damage.
7 damage. He screams out at you and then drops down to his knees, face plants onto the ground, dead.
What a crying shame.
All right, anything else for you, Boros?
Actually, where can I do?
It'd only be a bonus.
Yup, that's what I'm looking at right now. Are you within line of sight? No, that's not. Okay. Yeah, you're within line of sight and within range. Henry, oh Henry, I give thee bardic
There's
inspiration.
a big old tree in your way between you two.
Well, I would imagine
And it's
that
completely
trees that
dark. What's the range of your infravision or dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay, so you can see him through the dim light. So what is it you're trying to do?
I am giving good old Henry a bardic inspiration, which, as a bonus action, you can inspire another creature within 60 feet that you can see or hear you.
Okay.
The creature gains one of your bardic inspiration dice, 1d6, once within the next hour. When the creature fails a d20 test, the creature can roll a bardic inspiration die and add the number rolled to the total, potentially turning the failure into a success.
Nice. So when you're inspiring him, how are you inspiring him? You just blast this kobold from a distance, you turn over to Henry, what do you do or say?
Miss or gay.
What?
Or hit, or if you hit or if you miss your hit, you're gay.
Your gate?
Gay.
Let's not do that.
He's gonna turn around and give me thumbs up, like, "Hey, buddy, good job. Here's a little bonus."
Yeah, let's just shout out something inspirational, and that gives him the inspiration to use that if he needs it within the next hour. All right, next up is Lihigh.
All right, so I'm on the back of Kithris. I am gonna pop out from behind his head, I guess, and attack Cobalt B.
So if you're going to be attacking on top of his moving body, you're going to have disadvantage.
Nah.
So you can jump off if you want.
Okay, I'll get down. I'll jump down and start sickling them. Ooh, 21.
On B? Wow, so you just hack into him with the sickle. He screams out. Where did you hit him?
Let's say his calf area.
He screams out.
2 damage.
The growth got me! The growth! Ah! Just sort of like hopping on his foot. Ah! Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Next up is Kuth, who is down. Then the children, they sort of disappear around the corner, hiding one after the other. And then Leanin' Swift is down. So, Elowyn, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Okay, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but what do you want to do? You hear a whole cacophony of combat happening in front of you.
I'm away from the group, aren't I?
Yeah, you're pretty far away. At this point, you're about 48 feet from Henry. They're all to your south.
Okay. So I want to run to the group.
Okay, what's your move?
My move. Where do I find that again? Sorry.
It's okay. Can one of you guys with the character sheet tell her where the move is?
It should be top center, so you'll have like strength, dex, con. Keep following that to the right. Proficiency, and then your walking speed.
Okay, 30 feet.
30 feet. All right, so 30 feet will get you right about there. I'll move you down here. So you start like charging down. You're still about 18 feet from Henry and about 30 feet from Lay.
Okay.
You can see them
I don't-
just in front of you, though. If you want to do a dash action, you can run in closer to everyone else, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else unless you had like a bonus action.
Sure, I'll dash.
Okay. And so you said it was 30 feet was your move?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to run right next to Kithris?
Yeah.
Okay, so you run down right next to Kithris. At this point, on the other side of Kithris are two kobolds, and Lay is sort of straight across from you. Do you have a bonus action you can do this turn?
Let's see. Action and am I in combat? Actions in combat, 2-weapon fighting.
You are, but you used your dash as your action. It sort of takes over. So normally you have a move and an action. You did your first move of 30 feet, and then you were still too far away, so you did your dash as your primary action, which got you 30 feet closer. But now you can't attack unless you use a bonus action. You would have to have like an ability to allow a bonus action.
Mm.
Usually it's casting, casters might have something that like maybe some
Heal.
cantrips or something.
Yeah, I have a healing spell.
As a bonus? That's pretty dope.
Well,
If she has healing word, it would be a bonus action.
yeah, it's healing word.
Mm-hmm.
The only person here that's wounded, I think, is Kithris, right?
Yeah, and whoever the NPC is that was dead, if we were gonna try
they're
to save.
too far away. What's the range on healing word?
60.
Oh. So if you wanted to cast something on one of the, well, really the only one you could see at this distance would be Leanan, the woman who was sort of surrounded by kobolds in the street. So if you wanted to cast healing word on her, you could do it from this distance.
How many hit points lost?
She's down. She's on the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
So describe what your healing word looks like. Like, what do you do? What do you say to your god? How do you pull out your holy symbol? Like, how do you do this?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I did choose my spells. Yeah, I would take out my what did you call it again? Sorry.
Holy symbol?
Holy symbol.
Yeah.
Concentrate on it and
Do you want to say
cast the spell.
anything? Like, is there a verbal component to it?
I have to come up with the words.
I mean, you don't have to. Just, if you want to have fun with it, you can, but you don't have to.
You can make sheep sounds.
You don't have to if you don't want to. We can-
I would like to focus the intent.
Mhm.
And is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Just as far as the spell goes, if there's a verbal component, you don't have to role play the verbal component, but you do say something because you'd have to for the spell. As you call out
Okay.
to your goddess and you see this sort of light emanate from between these two kobolds across down the street where this woman had dropped. What's the heal they get back? How much?
Hit points equal to 2d4 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
If you click that the box, if you look at your spells, So where it says like actions, inventory, spells, click spells, and then if you scroll down, you'll see a box next to it that has that 2d4 plus whatever in a little box, and you can click it and it'll roll the dice for you.
On which screen? On my character sheet?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, where is it again?
In the square box, you'll see actions, spells, inventory, features, and traits. Just click on spells.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Okay. I see it now.
All right, go ahead and click it.
Click use.
Under effect, you'll see like a little box, and it'll say like 1d whatever your dice is. If you click that actual box, it'll roll the dice for you for whatever spell you're trying to cast.
Oh, that's cool.
Next to effect or under
Okay.
effect.
Can you guys see the dice? Okay, there it is. 8.
8 hit points. Oh my gosh. So you call out to Mishakal for aid and to help this poor woman that's been assaulted by all these kobolds, and instantly light emanates through the area. These 2 kobolds sort of turn their heads away, blinded momentarily, and this woman starts breathing. Her chest just starts rising and falling in a rhythmic fashion when before it wasn't at all. But clearly your goddess heard your request, completely healed this woman. Great job. And that was a bonus. That's crazy. What was that?
And I thank her.
Oh, nice. All right, back at the top, Kithris, what do you do?
I look at Kobold B and I say, I am fighting on the right side. And then I'm going to swing on him with my greatsword. And that'll be a 13 to hit.
Oh my gosh. He's just sort of like hopping on one foot, looks up, no, wait! Ah! Give me damage.
Big bucks, no whammies. Only 5. That was a horrible roll. A
Kobold
2 and a
B.
1.
How does he die?
I think this is just a slash down from like top to bottom, so like through his neck and just at an angle.
As soon as you do that, the kobold just next to him down below looks over at him, looks up at you, and if kobolds could go white in the darkness of night, he just did that. Anything else for your turn?
I will threaten the one next to him and be like, you're next, buddy.
Oh, wait a second. Let's talk about this. Henry, you're up.
All right, so they're still around. I'm gonna move in another 30. Staying a little bit the outside, trying to get near the children that I can't see.
Yeah, just move yourself.
Okay. So right about here. And I'm going to attack this one with an arrow again.
All right, so you
Or
move
my
down
bow.
there. The one right next to Kithris?
Yes.
You pull back your bow. Roll to hit.
Hold on one second. This time, sorry. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. I got 2 bows, so.
You're using a different bow? You're
No,
carrying around
it's-
2 bows?
Yep. I loaded everything I could.
Show off.
16.
All right, he's like he's staring at the dragonborn or the draconian. His face goes white. He has like a little bit. Well, wait, no, that's not. Smack! You just hit him with the arrow. Give me some damage.
6.
Let's talk about this. Where did you hit him to kill him?
Right in his neck. Right inside of the neck. Blood squirting everywhere, and he drops like a sack of potatoes.
Lihigh and Kithris, you got blood splattered across your faces. An arrow just appears through his neck. He sort of drops down, lays down on his back dead.
I look over and see where the arrow came from, and I'm like, Lee, he did it again. He stole my kill. Again.
We've talked about this. Not every kill is your kill.
That's not fair.
Share and share alike. All right, Henry, is there
Share.
anything else you can do?
I do have a bonus action, but I don't think it's needed. So no, I'm good for right now.
All right.
Other than thumbs up to Boros for the inspiring words.
You can't even see him at this point. There's a building between you guys. You're
Yeah,
like, hey, ching. You just have a moment where like a glint comes off your teeth. Bing.
Yeah.
Kobold D runs as fast as he possibly can in the opposite direction toward the inside of town. At this point, it's going to be 60 with 2 moves. So that'll get him about... Oh, come on now. I don't like having to like select things every time. I want to like right click to move, you know? All right, he moves over here. And they're like running away as fast as he can. And Kobold E does the exact same thing. He's just charging away as fast as he possibly can. Kobold F is doing the exact same thing. He stops. He hears like his friends screaming out and dropping, and he just bolts. So it's up to you guys whether you continue pursuing. Boros, you're up.
Well, I think it would be a little bit fair to get one last pot shot at.
Right now, you don't
actually,
see anyone.
Building in the way.
right there is 30. Plop.
Okay.
And the closest one is 47. That is within distance. Starry Wisp.
Is that a cantrip?
It is a cantrip.
So 23 to hit. What's the manifestation of this look like again?
I just whisper Starry Wisp and a purple golden orb just appears and flies out towards him.
He smacks
For
him in the
2
back.
damage.
He does like a sort of a skip hop and then continues running, just screaming. "Ah!" Anything else in your turn?
Nope.
All right, Lihigh. Anything else for you?
If I look around real quick, does there happen to be any like
All right, guys, please do not change scene. Like, there's nothing more annoying than that. All right, go ahead.
does there happen to be any like roses or anything around? Anything with thorns? Any plant matter that's thorny?
If you want to spend your turn looking through the darkness for like thorns or roses, but like just brief glance, it's hard to see anything. I mean, there's fires.
Nah. I'll let him go. I need a component for one of my cantrips, but I'm gonna be on the lookout for roses.
Okay.
But they can...
And is there anything else you're gonna do?
Nope, all good.
All right. So the children are sort of behind the building, not really moving. They're just sort of huddled together in each other's arms, crying and screaming. You can't really see anything. You just hear the din coming from beyond the building, mixed in with the chaos of the town itself. So I'll switch past them. Leanin just sort of like stops for a minute, and she's just sort of breathing. She tries to lift her head and tries to move herself up and like drops back down, just like, just sort of shocked that she's conscious again and alive. Not really understanding why there's no kobolds around her or anything. Elowyn, you're up. What do you want to do? Are you muted?
Okay.
Thanks. So what you want to do?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you see this woman you just healed, sort of like on the ground. You hear screaming. You saw like there was, you probably didn't see it, but you heard that there was someone screamed, "Get the children away." So you know there's children involved. You know that there was a man that led 3 other people further south between the buildings. You see the kobolds running away.
My instinct would be to protect the children.
Okay, so do you want to run south toward the building where the children were last heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to use your full action, like your run and your action to get down there? Because it'll take about 45 feet of movement to get there.
Sure.
So as you move around the corner, you see these three girls holding each other, and as you sort of approach through the darkness around the corner, they scream just out, "Ah, no! Don't kill us! Please don't kill us!" Freaking out.
I reassure them that I'm just there, want to look after them.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name's Elowyn.
Where's my mommy and daddy? Oh, the monsters killed them, didn't they?
I would just try to comfort them.
Okay, so you're actively
Let them
trying to
know
calm
that
them down.
everything's going to be okay, that we're going to handle the situation.
All right. Now, they had mentioned their dad, and they mentioned the monsters killing them. So you probably can put 1-to-1. Actually, you know what? Give me an insight roll. So there should be a skill list of insight, and you should just be able to click the number and it'll roll it for you.
Skill.
Long, skinny list in the middle. At the top it says acrobatics, animal handling, arcana.
Just look for insight.
Okay. Eight. Oh, 13 total.
13 with your bonus. Okay, so you can figure out that their dad is his body is probably in the alley between buildings that they came from, that they ran through south. You don't have enough movement to get there right now, but it is something that you could communicate to other people in your group. Kithris, right now it's your turn. If you don't want to chase them down, we can end initiative. If you do, then let me know what you're going to do.
No, I think Kithris, like, seeing the rest of them run off, I think he's been in a situation like this before where Lihigh has been like, no, now we go help the people. And so, like, I think he knows well enough to be like, okay, let's go help the people. And so he'll probably make his way over to this lady who had gone down and been healed and try to talk with her.
You see,
So,
she's openly weeping, just crying on the ground. She sees blood all around her, but she doesn't feel it. She doesn't really understand what's happening. She's crying as you walk up. You can see her literally just as a reaction. There's just like fear, like you're another monster because you look like another monster. She just shakes. She's like, "No, please, my babies, please."
Yeah, he'll sheath his greatsword and be like, "It's okay. I'm just here. Are you okay? Did Elowyn save you?"
Where's my babies? Where's my husband? Oh, Kuth, where is he?
I think they ran by the buildings. Let's go find them.
And he'll just start going to absent-mindedly look for more humans that are running away.
Okay. Is anyone else going to chase down these kobolds, or are you going to end the encounter?
Nah, let them live.
Okay. They have
Hopefully
some
don't come back with friends.
Nintendo to play.
Oh no, Kithris hopes they come back with friends. Like that's what he's banking on it.
All right, so we're just going to be out of initiative and combat right now. So let's just role play what's happening here. You see the woman slowly like pick herself up to her hands and knees, rolling over into the dirt, and just starts clawing her way over to where her husband last was. And as soon as she turns over and as Kuth is moving south, she sees his body and she just screams, "Kuth!" and just starts like running on all fours to him as if she's not quite there yet. What's everyone else doing?
Can I head over to the dead husband and cast Cure Wounds on him?
Yeah. So you run over there. You have Cure Wounds?
I have Cure Wounds.
Wow.
5th edition bards have
6.
Cure Wounds.
6 damage or 6 healing. You do the opposite by accident. You kick him in the face. Oh wait! Ooh, I'm supposed to caress. It's the
Create
abyssal.
wounds.
So you heal him. How do you do that? Like, because healing is a divine inspired thing. You have to call out to some god to give you the ability to heal, or some sort of inner power of what's called in this the power of the heart. So is this something that you manifest from within yourself, or do you call out to a god?
I manifest within myself.
So you just sort of put one hand on your chest, take a deep breath. You release the other hand down and push down on his chest. You see this sort of glowing emanate from your body down your hand, spread out across his, and immediately his chest just expands and contracts as he starts breathing again, and his wife drops down again, bawling her eyes out. You guys can hear the cacophony of chaos all around as this is happening. Elowyn, you have these 3 children screaming. What do you do? You got
I
this.
don't know. I don't know.
What's everyone else doing? You're just sort of like doing your best, like, I don't even have kids. I don't even like kids. What am I supposed to do with these things?
I'm going to look towards the woman and tell her he's going to be all right. He just needs some rest. From what I am hearing, do I hear the children crying around the corner?
Yeah, everyone does. There's all sorts of like sort of crazy chaos of sounds and stuff. I'm trying to get your feedback, Amy.
Your children are going to be around the corner. I do believe one of my companions is going to be with them.
Yes.
So you're telling that to Kuth, the guy? They just opened his eyes?
Lenin?
Oh, okay. She just looks up and she's like clawing at you, like grabbing your cloak to like pull up on you. And how tall are you?
7 foot.
So you're like leaning back a little bit against the weight, and she just puts her arms around you and just gives you the biggest hug a stranger's ever given you, and just like weeping in your chest, like, thank you so much. You saved my husband. You saved him. Oh, and then she just runs over and jumps down on Kuth and starts kissing his face, and he's just like, what's happening? Lenin, stop. What's going on? Ow, where are the children? And the children come running from around the corner, and they just like jump over, and the family just has this really tender moment in each other's arms, just sort of crying. They survived because of your help in this insane moment of chaos. It's really kind of a beautiful thing.
I'm off to see if there's any other townsmen that need any assistance.
You're going to go alone?
No, I'm going to relay information to Henry and Kithris.
I think Kithris will probably, if he can get either Kuth or is it Lennon to stop fawning you of each other for a second. He's like,
Tell us what is happening. We can see the dragon, but what is going on?
So get down. You're a monster and you're not with them. I don't really understand. But look,
Hey, Lee, come talk to this lady.
Excuse me?
What's happening?
You asked me a question.
She said I'm a monster. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What lady? Who? What? It's
Did you call
completely
him
dark.
A monster?
Yeah, he's literally a draconian.
That's so sad. We're here to help you. We just want to know what's going on in this place. The sheep
Are
didn't
you
tell us
scolding
much.
her for her reaction?
I mean, she kind of was mean to my son, so just a little bit.
What?
Just a little bit.
I'm sorry that he's a draconian. They're usually on the bad guy's side. This cult came in town and they've been ransacking all the buildings, and there's this monstrous dragon flying around shooting lightning down at the town, burning up the houses. It's crazy. We're trying to get to the keep at the center of the town. It's the only place of protection.
A cult, you say? Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, so they need to get to the center of town, so we just need to get them to the center of town.
That's what they'd like to do, yeah.
Okay, we can go to the center of town.
Escort 'em.
Jeez. All right, so you guys are going to escort him. Boros, did you already leave, or are you waiting, or what?
I'm just going to wait right here. Thris.
I love that you say it different every time.
Kithris.
Yeah, if both of you want
Crest
to,
white strips.
if both of you want to quickly escort them to the center of town, we're Henry and Elowyn and I are going to look for more survivors and more.
For context, it's almost 400 feet away to get to the center of town with massive amounts of people running around and ransacking and like.
Oh,
We should probably all go together.
It's up
never
to you,
mind that.
but
I didn't know it was in the context of 400 feet away, or however many feet. If
Well, if
the
they just stay behind us, hey, we can all go. I want to kill some more stuff. Not you. You guys are nice people.
thank you.
Monster.
Kuth just sort of like looks up from his wife. We really do appreciate you saving us like that. We would have died if it wasn't for you. If you could guide us, we would really appreciate it.
If the five of you just want to follow behind us, we could escort you while we assist other people of this town, wherever they are.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. What
But
direction are you guys just gonna follow the road? I mean, what's your plan?
We're going to follow the screaming.
Well, the screaming's all around. I mean, you're gonna be running across that.
Can the kids guide us?
Yeah. Did they indicate which direction is the center of town?
I'm sorry,
They
Elowyn,
should-
did you say can the kids guide you?
Or the mom?
Yeah. Can the kids let us know where the center of town is?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking to the kids, they're just gonna be like, oh, they just point in the direction of east. You're just like, it's over there, and the father's like, yes, that's right. It's just off the main road.
All right. I'll bring up the
Okay.
rear.
All right, give me a marching order.
I want to be at the back. Family, I think, should probably be in the middle.
Yeah, Kithris will go first.
Go ahead and put yourselves in
I-
order.
I
And I'm
will.
on Kithris.
I'll be either.
Hop on my back.
I'll be second front because I'm probably going to be needing, or probably going to be the one communicating with people the most.
Second to last?
And the family in the middle.
Okay, so Kithris, Lihigh, you're riding him again. Boros, family, Elowyn, then Henry. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
And I would ask her what her Kender eyes see, but it's just gold and treasure and loot and,
Right.
I see victims of thievery.
I see some houses that need to be, you know, I want to take a peek.
Checked on.
Yeah.
Looked at.
Make sure the house is okay.
What? Okay.
How about no?
Let me zoom out and move this. Dude, this map is a little more annoying to move than I anticipated it to be. Oh, sweet hell. I just want to go back to Roll20 like right now. That sounds
And like
annoying,
this
but-
is great for like an easy game, but yeah, it does not have the functionality of Roll20.
So as you guys start moving forward, you're gonna move 100 feet forward. Let me. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so frustrating. Oh sweet hell, I hate this already. You guys start moving forward, and outside of these two buildings, we're gonna start an encounter here. You see these creatures, just like kobolds from both sides, come out, and these other cultists with them carrying sacks of goods out of these buildings. They look at you, drop the sacks, reach their weapons, and let's do initiative. So I'm going to auto roll initiative. It looks like it. No, it didn't. There. All right, you guys all done your initiatives?
Yep.
So there should be an initiative button, right?
Yeah. So on the character sheet, kind of top
So
center.
I'm showing Boros is 12, Elowyn's 10. Did you roll it, Elowyn? Oh, I don't hear you if you're talking. Muted.
Sorry.
like
Yes, 12.
Why didn't it? Did you click the initiative button?
Mm-hmm. She
Yeah.
did.
It says
So-
10 on here.
So the rolls that we currently got is
19 for Boros, 18 for Kithris,
Yeah, this isn't
12 for
updating at
Elowyn.
all. So Boros is
Well-
19, Elowyn's 12. What did Henry get?
21.
21.
I was thinking it would auto-populate and it didn't. Kithris, what'd you get?
19 or 18.
And Lihigh, what'd you get?
14.
Thank you. All right, we start combat. First up is Henry. You see all these kobolds and cultists piling out of the building. Stop, turn toward you. What do? You
And
guys
I'm in
are
the
actually
back.
really far away. I mean, as far as the group would be concerned, you guys would be much closer.
Okay. Is the family still with us, or?
I'm going to say that they're next to you, but I don't want to move them every damn second because it's annoying. So they're between Elowyn and Boros right now.
All right. So I'm gonna move and do my move and fire. Move and fire.
Who are you targeting? And remember, it's dark.
Okay. Well, I'm moving like near to the side of this house so I can get some cover,
All right.
and it would be this one right here,
So the
D.
first person is about 30 feet away.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
All right. 24.
Jeez. These are first level characters. Yeah, you just run up, unsling one of your two bows, shoot an arrow, smacks him. How does he die?
Oh, I didn't even need to roll for that. This one just dead center mass chest. Lift him off his feet. Drop him. That's a longbow at short distance.
Yeah, he drops down instantly. The other kobolds are just like, "Wah! Wah! Ah!" Anything else in your turn?
No, I'm gonna save.
Save some for
Yeah.
the rest. All right, so Cultist A. Let me see what Cultist A can do here. Gosh. Oh, they don't have spells? What kind of a cultist doesn't have spells? What a loser. All right, you see him pull out his scimitar and just charge straight towards Kithris because he's right in front of him and attacks. What's your... Oh, that's a 2-hit. Yeah. What? He rolled a 4. He runs up, stumbles over a rock on the ground, barely catches himself. He sort of stops right in front of him and just sort of smiles. Hey,
Yeah, that's not gonna hit my 16.
how's it going?
Kithris pulls out his halberd and he's like, "Okay, next." Just like,
So Cultist
Hey.
B charges forward, moves over through the other dude's area, does the same thing with the scimitar, hopefully not with the same result, and not far, but you parry it off with your two-handed sword or your halberd. Which one?
I pulled out my halberd so I
Okay.
can get some more.
So you parry it off with the haft, and he just sort of ching, like bounces off of it. He sort of looks up at you and looks at the other guy. He's just like, I don't know, man. The next dude, Cultist C, charges forward around right in front of you. He's going to try to cut that mold you've got growing on your back in the name of Lihigh. Rolls to hit. Lihigh, what's your armor class?
I think it's 15. Yep.
So you just sort of duck down and just slices right past you. Cultist D charges. What's this distance here? 30 feet? Okay, you can do that. So he charges forward. He's also going to attack the Kender on the Draconian's back. Because why wouldn't you? It's really like they're doing you a favor, Draconian. You should probably help them hit.
They're trying to remove a growth.
Yeah, this is Dr. Pimple Popper is what this is. What was your armor class?
15.
So you easily, like, barely parry off this sword thrust of the scimitar. Boros, you're up. You see these cultists just swarm Kithris and Lihigh.
There's a very specific spot that I want to go to.
Daniel.
That
it's pretty funny.
should be. No, I need to be like right here. Yeah, that would do all that.
You got to tell me what you're doing because I don't know what you're saying.
So, right there. I'm moving my. No, that's pan, not select. I am moving to right here, which is 24 feet from where I was, and every creature right here, all the cultists and both the kobolds are going to need to do a Constitution saving throw.
Tell me what you're
because
doing.
Thunderwave.
Okay.
It's first level
explain-
spell.
Describe it.
So it originates from myself and goes out in a cube of 15 feet. It is verbal and somatic. You unleash a wave of thunderous energy. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you makes Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed away 10 feet away from
this
you.
This is a 15-foot cube. So are you going to get these guys, or are you going to get these guys? Because you can't get Kobold A and Cultist D at the same time.
No, it's originating on me.
Right. So then that...
I've always ruled it as like it would be on the... like he's at the center of one side and it's 15 feet like that.
It's
Does that
a
make
radius
sense?
of 15?
Yeah, so it'd look like that, yeah.
Okay, so then it'd be 30.
No,
off
it's a
of you.
15-foot cube. It's not a radius, but it just starts at him and goes forward. So it's the 15
Okay,
feet.
then it's literally like this.
Right,
You can
just
do
like
it from a
just
different
like that.
angle if you want, but if it's coming from you, you have to choose what cube you're getting. This is the 15-foot cube you've got. Where do you want to direct it? Just keep in mind, if you do this, you're going to hit Lay and Kithris at the same time.
So I moved 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That will be max movement speed right there.
Okay, in this case, you would not get Kithris or Lay. You would be throwing the cultists into them if that's what you want to do for the force.
Is there a way to get the kobolds in that cube?
It's not in the cube. It's the cube is the direction of force that you're hitting. So you can see that I'm moving it. These are your choices here because it emanates from you 15 feet in a cube. So it
Okay.
like if you
Can
want
we
to
do?
get these two kobolds and these
The-
3 cultists, that would be the most you can get. But you're also going to get Kithris right there too, unless you don't get cultist C, and then you're just getting these 4.
Kithris will take the con save. He's confident.
Are you sure?
First of all,
Yeah.
there's not a communication like that. You don't know what he's doing. That's meta.
All right.
Okay.
So tell me what you're going to do, Boros. This is taking too long.
Full send, hitting 5.
You're hitting these right here.
Cultist C, A, B,
Okay,
Kobold
so you're
B,
gonna-
and A.
It's got to be like this then. Okay, what's the save?
The save is 13.
And what
For
type
con.
of save? Con save.
13 con.
Okay, when I hit con, it doesn't do it.
Hit the plus button underneath con.
It's a 14 or 13?
13.
So C made it. Oh, that was D. D's not even in it. C didn't make it. A didn't make it. What's next? Who's this guy? I can't even see what that is doing. There's so much
Looks
shit.
like
B. B didn't make it. Then Kobold B. So far, no one's made it. 3 didn't make it. Kobold A didn't make it. So what was the effect?
so. I now roll a 2d8 damage, and they take that. So they take a whopping 8 damage, and they get pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, so we got a couple things to contend with now. So first of all, Cultist C takes 8 damage. He's thrown into Kithris. Kithris, give me a strength
Do you-
check.
Do you need a con save for the thing, or did it not hit him?
No, we won't do that. So Kithers, just give me a strength check.
4.
So it smacks into you, and he just sort of like stops on his feet. He's just sort of like grasping at his chest, looking over at Boros. Cultist B moves back 10 feet. How do they land? Prone? What does it say?
No, that's the wrong spell.
It just says they're pushed.
Okay.
Push 10 feet away from
So
me.
you just push back, take the damage. Let's see. Cultist A takes 10 or 8. Cultist B takes 8. 8 damage. Oh, that was a 1. There. Let's see. Cultist B. I don't like that you have to... I'm not comfortable with this yet, guys. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. So A took it, B took it, C took it, Kobold B is thrown back from the blast and dies. His corpse just flies back 10 feet, and same with Kobold A. What did you do for that happen? I want you guys to describe these spell effects. That's what I'm trying to get at when I'm asking you what you say and what you do. This is for role-playing aspects, for the people watching at home. What is, we know the effect of what happens, but what did you do to make that happen?
I'm just going to shout, "Feel the thunder," and clap my hands together in their direction, and then a loud, bright blue, like almost white sound wave just emits outwards.
All right, using screaming, smacking down. The dead kobolds just sort of drop and flop a little bit. The other 2 kobolds across the street is like, "Oh shit!" All right, anything else for your turn, Boros?
Nope, that is everything.
Kithris?
Kithris with his halberd is going to look at the 2 cultists in front of him and be like, "You should have run!" And then he is going to swing with his halberd, just kind of straight across the middle here. That's a big old 6 to hit.
Which one are you trying to hit?
I was trying to hit what's the one right in front of me here?
C?
C? Yeah.
So he bounced off your chest. You tried to swing, but you have a massive halberd. This is a reach weapon. So he just sort of ducks down underneath the shaft as the blade of it flies out way in front of him. He just sort of laughs a little bit. Draconians really aren't very smart, are they? Anything else on your turn?
No. That'll be it from him.
All right, the children are screaming and clutching at the family. Lihigh, you're up.
All right, I am going to jump down off of Kithris, and I am going to sickle this, which one? Cultist D.
Nice, all right.
Bada boom. No. 8.
So you sickle, straight, swing the sickle out at him. He sort of watches you jump down. He's like, "A Kender? I thought you were a growth." And you swing at him. He just brings a scimitar down and parries it off to the side. It's like, "You're playing with the wrong bull, baby." That's what he says for some reason. Anything else, Lihigh?
Nah, I just blow a raspberry in his direction.
Elowyn? You're muted.
Sorry. How far is the closest one to me?
So the closest cultist is 11 feet away from you. You can just walk up to it if you want.
Okay.
So cultist B is just right in front of you.
All right. I think I want to use my mace.
So you're just walking up, you pull out your mace. You're just going to batter up.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Just
Stay away from these children.
Okay, click the hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it should be like an attack roll, right? Is it? There you go. 2 hit, 13. Cultist B, you needed a 12. So you just calmly
I have a
bring your mace.
bludgeoning damage.
What's that?
Next to it, says damage 1d6 plus 1. Is that what I just rolled?
No, I'm looking at the
Bludgeoning?
hit, the 2 hit, which is what you were supposed to roll. So the bludgeoning, now that you hit, I'm going to need you to roll as well.
Okay.
So you just slowly walk up, pull the mace out, and just smack this cultist right in the head. He was just blasted backward by this huge force from Boros, and you're just hitting him right back toward him. How much damage was that? 5 damage? Oh, how does he die? Because you killed him.
Cool. Is he? Would I have actually hit? Who did you say?
Cultist B, the one right in front of you.
Okay. So I would have just hit him in the head. Flies backwards. Would he? I can't see the map very well. Would he have flown into anyone?
Yeah, I can't really zoom in anymore either. So you run, like, just slowly walk up, smack him in the back of the head because he was facing the opposite direction. His head just sort of concaves. He leaps forward, like sort of lunges forward from the force and just holds on to cultist A and slides down dead, dropping down to his knees, then flopping down to the side. His blood is oozing out of the back of his concave skull. The cultist sort of like leans forward that was in front of him, turns back, looks down, he's like, oh shit! Like freaks out a little bit. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm good.
That was enough. All right, so the mother is like clutching her children. Kobold C runs around the corner and away. It completely leaves the field. Normal kobold without a number or a letter designation runs away as well. The father is holding his children. Henry, you're up.
So just the cultists left.
Looks like there's 3 cultists left.
All right, we're gonna go for A since I got a clear line of sight. Not gonna move. To attack. 24 for attack.
Oh my gosh.
Or to
With
hit.
what?
With my longbow.
You're just sharpshooting these guys. Just
So
pulling it back, letting it rip. Give me some damage. And
Before
which
I do
cultist?
the damage, A.
Okay.
I'll yell over to Kithris. Hey, keep up.
Give me some
And
damage.
reroll damage.
He's being mouthy again.
Ah,
Tired of
5.
this.
How does he die?
Oh, 5 kills him?
Yeah, he only has 1 hit point left.
Like the dog that he is. Yeah, only 1 hit point. I actually hit him right in the knee.
He like rips his knee apart from his upper thigh. He just like
blows it
cuts
out.
right through it and he drops down,
Just bleeds
just
out.
screaming. All right, anything else, Henry? You monster. Jeez.
No, I think I'm good for right now.
All right, Cultist C is going to do his best to run. Let's get out of here! And Kithris, you have an opportunity attack, and so does Lihigh if you want to take it. This is your 1 reaction for the round.
Oh yeah, I'll take
So
it.
Kithris, do your thing.
He is gonna swing-a-ling. Oh, it's only a
Daniel.
12.
Only a 12 hits him, so it's 1 damage will kill him. So how does he die?
I'll roll the damage anyway, just because it's fun.
It's because you're
Okay,
a monster too.
Yeah.
These are the
it's-
heroes, people.
Well, heroes is kind of a loose term. So as he's running away, Kithris is like, "I can get one too," and he just like whacks into him, and like Cultist gets like a little stuck on the halberd. He's like, "Yeah," and he pulls it off, and Cultist slumps
As you're
down.
like
He's
shaking him, he sort of
See?
like wobbles
See?
like a rag doll for a second and then flops
Yeah.
down. Sick. Lihigh. I'm sorry, that wasn't. So this next cultist, it's his turn. He's going to try to also run. So Lihigh, if you want your opportunity attack, you can take it.
Could I use the roll I rolled a second ago as 17
Oh, I didn't see it.
with
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
sickle?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
What's the damage? How did you kill him? Because he only had 1 hit point.
Achoo!
You only did 2,
I
but that
sickled
was enough.
hit the back of his ankles, so his like Achilles tendons.
Oh, so you just slice the back of his ankles, blood splurts
Yeah.
back out at you.
Like, he
You
kind
sort
of just goes like this.
move your head.
But
He
his feet
tries
are-
to move forward, but his legs won't respond, or his feet won't respond. He just face plants and just bleeds out, soaking the ground with blood,
Nice.
which you can't see because it's night. All right, so all the encounter's done. all the monsters are gone. The children are just like scarred and shocked, and the parents are trying to cover their faces. And the dad's like, I don't want to tell y'all how to do your job or anything, but is there a way to do this without scarring my children for the rest of their lives?
This would be a great opportunity to teach them about life and death.
Do you want to live?
You are a dark, dark Kender.
Yes. Yes, I am.
That's my mama.
Jeez. That's creepy.
That's my mama. It's so weird.
The easiest solution to not getting scarred is first not hearing, or not listening, and second, not looking.
Thanks for the education. Can we please proceed to the keep?
Yup.
There
What's
may
the-
be more death. I'm just, if there's more of these things, I don't know.
Put yourself back in the marching order you want to be in.
I think Kithris and Lihigh is the same.
Same.
All right. So I'm going to move all of you to the next
To the next encounter.
spot, which is definitely not a pre-planned encounter at all, because that would be too railroady for some people. All right, as you guys start, I hate this stupid map thing. As you guys start to get to this crossroads, people are like screaming and running around. Another lightning bolt strikes not far away from you, ignites this massive hay barrel, and just light just flashes across your eyes, momentarily blinding you. You just see this line of light everywhere you blink and look in the night and the darkness. And in that moment, you hear some people jump out of these buildings in front of you screaming. Let me find out what they are. Oh boy.
That's not good.
This
feels like
time, it's 8 dragons.
Nice. Feels like a great time for Boros to start singing like "Blinded by the Light." Just
Well, Boros, that is your thing, right?
He's the bard.
The love tonight.
Wow. That's a choice. Jeez.
he's a tiefling. Love's different for them in the abyss. This is probably the most wholesome adventure he's had so far.
Right. Jeez. All right, I'll get the hang of this in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to select all of you, and I should be able to just add the selected. Well, it just says add all tokens. So here we go again. Go ahead and roll your initiatives and let me know what it is, Boros, so I can add it. It like auto rolls
Yep, yep,
initiative
yep.
for me here. So you got a 7. Whoa. What'd Boros get?
17.
Thank you. Elowyn? What's your
9.
initiative? 9?
Yeah.
Henry?
18.
Kithris?
23.
Nope. 23. And Lihigh?
15.
Donka. All right. And I'm going to auto roll for them. Start combat. Kithris is up again at first. Always first. Look at you.
I was like 7th last time. He's gonna look back at the children and be like, "Close your eyes, kids."
It's
and
coming.
You remember the death thing? Yeah. He's gonna run up to here. Will you put me up a 15-foot cone, kind of going in this direction?
Oh boy. All right. Cone 15.
I want to catch as many of them as I can in this.
Let's see. You're right. Like that? Like this?
Yep, that'll work just fine. And you see he runs forward with the Kender on his back, and he's like, "Hold on tight." And he takes a deep breath in and goes, and blows out his breath weapon, which is a nice fire breath weapon. And I need a dex save from everybody. DC is 12.
Wow. So these kobolds and cultists are like, no, get down, no! Ah! As the fire just envelops that whole side of the group on the side of the road. I'm sorry, was it Constitution you said?
Dex
Dex.
12.
So Kobold A failed it. Kobold B made it. So what's the damage? So I can start playing it.
The damage is going to be just 2, unfortunately. Sad day.
It is a sad day. All right, so Kobold A.
On a failed save, they take the full. On a success, they take half. So everybody's going to get at least 1. It's a sad day.
Kobold E. Dex makes it, so he takes a damage. Cultist A. Where are you, dude? He makes it, he takes a damage. And Kobold C, or Cultist C, I mean. He makes it, he takes a damage.
Just Lihigh doesn't let me do this very often, so he's not as proficient at fire breath as he would like to be.
Right.
Every time he does it, she's like, no.
Everyone's just like, no! Oh. All right. Get him! So, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, just because I'm standing in front of a bunch of these people and I'm going to get hit first, I am going to bonus action Second Wind so that I regain 1d10 plus 1 HP.
Nice.
Because I took some damage earlier.
Yeah.
And so I get 3 back out of the 4 I lost. So, well, it'll put me almost at full health, which I feel like I'm going to need here. So, okay.
All right. Henry, you're up.
All right, we're going to move over. Let me measure. All right, we're going dead center. Middle of the road. It's about as far as I can go this time with the short bow.
Just getting in front of the road. Just
switching it up, flipping one around, grabbing the other.
Wow.
And
Who are you attacking?
Yeah, I probably should have picked that. The first closest right here.
A or B?
I think it's A.
A, all right. With a 20, it hits. So you just pull out your short. You grab both bows, look at them, weigh them for a second, put the longbow back over your shoulder, slowly just smacks him. Give me some damage.
5.
How does he die?
Yeah, really? So this one, right in one eye socket, just boom, hits the eye socket.
Spins him half a turn and he drops down.
And as he drops, yeah, I'm hoping the other one saw it.
Everyone saw it. You literally went on stage for that moment. Just all alone in the darkness in the street. I got this. Stay back. All right. Anything else, Henry?
No.
Henry the assassin. All right. Kobold B looks down at his friend, looks back at his other friends, is like, "Get him!" And he charges Henry. "You're gonna die, human! You killed my friend! He owed me 3 steel!" What's your armor class?
15.
Buries his dagger in you, pulls it back out, and looks at you and just laughs. You take 4 damage.
Oh.
Next up is Kobold C. Where's Kobold C? Right here. He follows suit. Let me see the distance that is real quick.
Getting killed.
21? Yeah, he's got that. Yeah, you are. Kobold C moves up with his dagger. He's like, "I got this human! Back off!" Where's the damn attack? 16. Your armor class was 15, you said?
Yes.
Take
Yeah.
4 more damage.
Holy hell.
It's like, "Die, human, die!" Next up is Kobold D. Jeez, he's kind of far away. He's going to run toward the Dragonborn. "Don't breathe on me, dick!" And he tries to stab you with his tiny little dagger. What's your armor class, Kithris?
16.
You parry his dagger's thrust pretty easily. Kobold E jumps forward. He's going to try to do the exact same thing, but successfully. With a 24, buries you to the hilt. You take 4 damage. Who's next? Kobold E. Wait, that was just him. Who's next? F. What's his distance here? Oh, geez, he's got some ways to go. Let's see. He can move around. Yeah, he's still got it. He's going to move up to the other side of you. Not the cultist, the kobold. and he's going to strike at Lihigh. Why do you have a Kender on your back, you freak? He
Leave my
stabs
mom
Lihigh
alone.
with a 23. You take 4 damage.
Ouch.
Next up is Boros. So these kobolds are swarming.
You're next, Kobold F.
And I'm,
Bring it
I'm looking
on!
kind of. I'm not looking great.
Boros?
Would I be able to do a group intimidation check?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, there goes that plan. I am going to move.
I mean, you can try anything you want, but the mechanic is against a single person.
You know what? I'll try it anyway. Just in case it's kind of like the conga line effect. I'm going to use thaumaturgy. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Thaumaturgy,
But-
give me a description.
You manifest a minor wonder within range. You create one of the effects below within range. If you cast this spell multiple times, you could have up to 3 of its 1-minute effects
So
active at a time.
So it's one thing. What is it you're manifesting?
Booming voice. Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. The duration. You have advantage on charisma intimidation checks.
Okay. So that's a reaction, a bonus action, what?
It is a action.
Oh, that's a full action. Okay. So you cast the spell. What do you shout? And which one are you targeting? And we'll see what happens after your charisma check.
I'm going to shout at the one in the middle. Action.
Can you give me a letter number? Letter reference?
I think that's F.
A kobold F right here.
Yep. I'm going to shout at the top of my voice. Be gone, you tiny heathens.
Okay. Give me a charisma intimidation roll.
With advantage.
With
Where did
advantage.
Where did intimidation go? There you are. Advantage. A roll. 20. That is a nat 20.
Nice. So you scream out, "Be gone, creature!" You see this kobold F. He just looks at you, looks at his friends, and you can tell he wants to like run on his turn. He is completely terrified. I'm going to give that a pink. You're not sure about anyone else, but you know he's absolutely terrified.
Perfect. That's my turn.
So that was Boros. The family's doing their thing. Lihigh, you're up.
All right.
I wish I could zoom
So
in more.
I'm gonna, 500% isn't enough. I'm going to jump off Kithris again, boop, over to the side. Surprise! And I am going to sickle Kobold E. 14.
Oh, jeez, give me some damage.
3.
Nice. You slice into him. He does his best to parry with a dagger, but it's just not enough. Sort of screams out, I can't die by a Kender. Come on. Anything
Sweet.
else?
And then I'm going to, I can hide behind tall people because I'm small.
Well, everyone here is medium.
Oh, dang it. Okay, then I'm just gonna like kind of move over behind this like building a little bit so I'm not directly in all of these guys.
Okay. Anything
Sure.
else?
Nope.
All right. It's Linen, then the children, cultist A. So, let me just do it. So cultist A is going to. Geez, all these guys are like right in the way. Where can he move? Oh, he can do that. That's not a problem. He's going to move around Kithris. You really should have gotten that mole removed earlier. He's going to strike out at you. Wait, where did it go? What's your armor class? From behind, so he has advantage, I guess, right?
16 for Kithris.
So the advantage, well, the first hit, no matter what. So you take 4 damage from a scimitar slice to the back as the cultist is just talking smack to your back. Cultist B is going to charge up towards Henry. So there's a bit of a gap here. And he's going to slice at Henry. It's time to die, human. Oh, he got a 20. You take 4 damage, Henry.
Henry's in some serious danger.
He's like, help! You guys, I mean, communicate with your friends.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Kithris is not doing great either. So
You see me drop to my knees. Help! I'm not dead yet.
Putting your hand over all the open wounds. I could use some healing. And the healer's like, it's not my turn yet. I can't do anything. All right, so the last cultist is going to squeeze into here. Doesn't notice Lihigh, but he's going to attack the Draconian. With the scimitar, brings it up. Draconian parries it off barely. Next up is Elowyn. Finally. Oh, hey, you're in the game now. So what do you want to do?
Sounds like Henry needs help.
He definitely screamed out and dropped to his knees.
Okay.
So he's within your move range if you want to just move over to him.
Okay, yes. I would like to. Okay, so I can move and use healing word.
What's the type of action healing word is?
it's a bonus action.
Oh,
I'm not sure that she has all her spells prepared. It looks like she's only got like 3 on her sheet.
Yeah.
So it's a cantrip or is it a spell?
First level.
First level spell.
Okay, and you've used it once, right? Or is this a different one?
She used it
Oh,
once
I have.
earlier.
Okay, did you have it memorized more than once?
Above it says 2 slots. Is that
Yes, so you have
something
2
different?
first level. So if you wanted to memorize healing word, you can use it again for your second slot. Just make sure you're marking the little checkbox when you use a spell that's first level, so you know which ones are used. So you can definitely use it again.
Okay. I would like to use that.
All right. So go ahead and give him a heal.
And she would have one more because her first one she used her, she gets it once per long rest for her feet,
cantrip.
and then she can, as her feet she gets like a single use per long rest, and she can use spell slots to continue to cast it.
Okay, nice. You're healed 8 points, Henry, as the goddess Mishakal looks fondly down upon you and
I'm
heals
saying
your
thank you,
open wounds.
and I jump up back on my feet.
Aha! I'm the tanking rogue.
Yes, the.
All right, anything else, Elowyn?
Um.
I mean, if that was a bonus action, you still have your action. You could attack one of these cultists.
Yeah. How far is the closest one?
Right in front of you.
Okay.
100%.
I think I want to use my mace again.
All right. Yeah, bonus action.
Okay,
That's cool.
so I'm gonna.
Are you gonna? So there's one right next to Henry, or there's one that's right at the back side of Kithris. Which one of those two do you want to hit? Henry or Kithris?
Which one has lower hit points? Can you guys all see that?
No, you guys can't. I'll let you know if they're bloodied or not. So that's cultist A or
Okay.
B. Neither of them are bloodied. I mean, they look fine in the darkness.
Okay. I'll hit the one by Kithris.
All right. You're hitting
Alright.
from behind, so go ahead and do it with advantage.
Oh, how do I do it with advantage? Sorry. I don't know.
Gentlemen?
Right click right-click the plus next to your mace. It's like a +3 or +4. Right-click it, and then it'll bring up a dialog box. And click advantage.
Okay, so does that one I just did not count? Sorry.
You can just roll
Or
it
you can
again.
just roll it a second time, yeah.
You did
Okay,
7
sorry
for the
about
first.
that.
It's okay.
Okay, I see advantage, and then I click it again.
Yep.
Oh.
It's okay. You take the highest with advantage. So a 7 is still too low. So you swing across him. He heard you cast some, like, speaking some divine mumbo jumbo behind him. And so he noticed that you were there. And as soon as you swung your mace, he just sort of ducked down out of the way and just whoosh right past him. All right. So that's Elowyn. Next up is Kithris.
Kithris is just gonna... I think at this point he's probably got his greatsword back out. His halberd was not treating him kindly the last go around. So he's just gonna swing it. I mean, geez, he's swarmed here. He's in a target-rich environment. But he told, F was gonna. All right, he'll go after. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's see here. He will attack one of these guys. Cultist
So just
A.
so everyone knows, I'm giving you advantage with flanking. There's actually no rule that I'm finding for flanking in 2024 D&D.
Nope, they got rid of it in 2024.
So I'm doing it because it makes sense, but just know in D&D it actually isn't a thing anymore.
Yep, they killed a handful of rules. That was one of them. So yeah, after Cultist A, he's gonna take a swing with his greatsword here. Jeez,
And which one are you
5.
targeting?
Cultist A, not that it matters, but it was Cultist A. You gotta switch up.
So
the dice
you turned direction fully on that one and just swing it at him. As he dug
Yep.
down, you and Elowyn tried to attack at the same time. They just sort of like
Yep.
missed each other as he was ducking down.
However, I do get because I have mastery with the greatsword, I get graze, which says if your attack roll with the greatsword misses a creature, you can deal damage to that creature equal to the ability modifier you used to make the attack roll. So he still takes 2.
Nice, okay. So it grazes his hair. He sort of like grits his teeth a little bit. Cultist A takes 2 damage.
Yep.
That's cool. That's a cool one. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be... well, I guess I'll use my bonus action one more time to do a second wind.
Well, you can
for
only use 1 bonus, right?
That wasn't... What bonus did I use?
Oh, you said bonus again, which is why.
Oh, sorry, because I already used second wind once. I apologize. I used second wind before I get 2 uses per long rest
Gotcha.
at level 1. I will use it again because I'm down to 3 HP.
All right.
Let's say that's better, so that gives me 8.
That's
back.
a lot better. That's great.
Yep.
You take a
And
second,
then
just like, we got this. Come on.
I can do this. You're not gonna get the best of me. And then yeah, that'll be his turn.
You almost sound like a sick doctor girlfriend. Almost.
I mean, it'll probably change every week. We'll have to see how well it goes.
All right, so Kobold B is in front of Henry. So Henry, you go through all these emotions of almost being dead, then you get healed back up, and this kobold's just like, "Stay down, bitch!" Jabs right back at you.
Ugh.
19. You take 4 damage.
Really?
For real. You're surrounded. I mean, you're a rogue. You should not be doing this. You should be running.
They came to me.
I know.
I was-
Kobold C right next to you is going to do the same thing. Just like, you're a pincushion! Be a... Oh, we got 20.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously.
You
He
take
just wanted
4
to kill me for a
damage.
session.
Did you pay extra for the loaded DM dice, or like what's happening right now?
First of all, it's a mastery tier benefit, so...
Yes, I see now. I see.
I'm down to
Kobold.
1 hit point. I'm back on the ground bleeding.
Kobold D is attacking Kithris. Face us! With a 14, he grazes your armor, and it doesn't even do any damage to you. Actually, they get advantage. Let me roll that again. Nope. Kobold E is next, I think. And he's going to roll his advantage. The second one definitely hits you with 22. You take 4 damage as he buries his hilt of his dagger all the way in your back as you are turned around and slowly takes it out. And as you sort of like scream and like arch your back, he just licks the blade in front of you and then just like, oh, your blood tastes like garbage. Ah! Just gross. Kobold F runs as fast as he can.
Why are you tasting my blood? That's not sanitary.
Kithris, if you have a reaction, you can try to attack this kobold as he's running away.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet this round, so.
Right. The goof.
Almost
Brush up
a
on the
20.
necromancy.
It was almost a 20, and it was a 2, so it's a 6.
All right, so he runs 100 feet because he is listening to Boros. And then, let's see. Boros, you're up.
Good to go. How bloody does Cultist Day look?
None of them are bloodied. None of the cultists.
Oh, perfect. Oh, you tiny little cultist. As he turns and looks at me, I'm just going to blow a poison mist. Toxic mist.
Is this a spell?
Him. It's a cantrip. It's called Poison Spray. It's an action. You spray a toxic mist at a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 poison damage.
Okay.
And it is 30 feet.
Just blows this mist forward. Give me an attack roll.
Did I already roll? I did not. Poison spray. Plop. 11 to hit.
Elowyn's just like, wait, make sure I'm out of the way. This mist flies right past your face. It actually falls flat and dissipates. This gust of wind sprays past you as the dragon does a sort of swoop down nearby, and that gust of wind blows it off path and doesn't even hit him. Anything else? Boros?
I'm going to use a bardic inspiration on Kithris.
And how many
and
times?
I'm going to shut 3 times.
Okay.
And I'm going to
So Henry,
shout
remember
at
you
him.
have one of those.
Has it been less than an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You still have a 1d6. But I'm going to shout at Kithris. Stand up and fight! You're stronger than them!
You're muted.
I'm trying. Thank you. Your confidence inspires me.
What? Anything else, Boros? Anything else, Boros?
Nope.
All right. So let's see. Lihigh, you're up next.
All right. If I move a little bit, am I able to get a hand at least on Kithris?
You're going to have to move up behind him, but yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm going to move.
I'm going to scoot you just a little bit.
Yeah. Go for it. Can you remind me what kind of damage they're doing?
Well, they're doing
when they
slashing
hit.
or piercing, depending
Slashing or piercing. Okay. Okay. So I am going to reach up and rub Kithris on the back and say, it's okay. Half of the stuff they're doing isn't going to hurt you anymore.
on.
And I'm going to cast the cantrip resistance and make him resistant to slashing damage.
Well, that's cool. So is that half the damage? Let me look. Attack rolls against you have... Oh, that's restrained. Damage
Yeah,
that type is
it
half.
should be
Yeah,
half damage.
It is.
Yep.
Reduce the total damage by 1d4.
Oh, is that what the spell is?
Hold on. Yeah, oh gosh, where'd it go? You touch a willing creature, blah blah blah. When the creature takes damage from the chosen type before the spell ends, the creature reduces the total damage taken by 4. A creature can benefit from the spell only once per turn.
Gotcha.
And it's for 1 minute.
Okay. That's not bad. All right, you got a minute of 4. It's not 1d4, it's 4.
It's 1d4, and then I think she has to choose a damage type off
I
of
said
that list.
said
slashing.
Slashing, okay.
All right, anything else, Lihigh?
Oh, no, sorry.
It's all right. All right, Cultist A, where are you? Buried in here. He's going to strike out at Elowyn. You're not supposed to heal him when we're trying to kill him, dwarf! Brings a scimitar around. You bring up... What's your armor class? Muted.
15.
All right, so you bring up your mace, and it just parries right off of the mace. It's like, no! Get the dwarf! Get the dwarf! It's a healer! Cultist B is right next to him. It's like, you got it! Brings a scimitar around, strikes out with an 18 hits. You take 4 damage as it slashes across your shoulder. Cultist C, where are you? He's going to look up the Kender. Now is not the time to be giving condolences to your draconian friend, you little worm! Die! With an 18, he slashes his scimitar down at you. You take 4 damage.
Oh.
Elowyn, you are up.
Okay. Oops.
So you got 2 cultists attacking you now.
Jeez. All right. I'm gonna use my mace again.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
Are you gonna attack A or B? A is the one right next to Henry. B is the one right next to Kithris. They're both right next to you.
the one next to Kithris again.
All right. Roll to hit.
Just a regular hit.
Yeah.
Wait, did I? Okay.
Oof. Yeah, that's not a good one. So you like sort of stunned by that scimitar cut to your shoulder, and you do your best to swing the mace around, but you're sort of hurt a little bit, and you just swing a little wide. Anything else on your turn?
Can I throw a hail to Lihigh?
Do you have a heal you can do as a bonus action?
She should have one more healing word, and then she's out of spell slots.
Okay. Is that a distance, or do you have to touch him?
Because I've got 1 hit point if you can't.
Yeah, Henry's like hurting right next to you.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I should do Henry. Let's see. I'm not seeing. Oh, 60-foot range.
Yeah, so you don't have to move, but you're right next to Henry if you want to heal him, or you can heal Lihigh if you want.
It sounds like Henry needs it more.
It's your choice. We're in a moment. You got to make a choice.
Henry.
All right. Give some healing. How much you heal?
Come on.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's good. 7. That's good. Daniel in the chat, I actually can't zoom in anymore. We're at 500%. This is just as close as it gets with this. I'm sorry.
It's like I feel like a whack-a-mole over here.
Yeah, dude. Well, you're a rogue. You need to get out. You need to move.
I know. I need a turn.
Elowyn, anything else?
Can I do anything else?
Well, you've done your normal attack. You've done a bonus action. You have a move, but if you move out of anyone's range, they can get an opportunity attack on you.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. So it looks like it's Kithris's turn.
Who was... So is Lihigh up or is she down?
I have 1 hit point left.
She's leaning. She's the leaning tower of Pisa.
I'm also
Okay.
only like 3 feet tall, so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because just positioning sucks. I think we'll just... Which one was being mouthy to her? Was it Cultist C?
In the chaos of battle, you have no idea.
All right. We'll just keep checking cultist because that's who I was swinging at last.
All right.
Take a swing with the greatsword.
So you are going to have advantage because Elowyn did attack that one. She was facing
I don't
off
need
against
it. It's a nat 20.
Nice. So roll twice for damage and then add your bonuses after that. Or if it does crit damage auto.
It does crit damage automatically. 15
How's
crit
it done?
damage. I think at this point, like, Kithris just brings the sword up and it's just straight down through the top of his head.
Oh, jeez.
As far down as it'll go. And he kind of yanks it out and then turns to, I guess it would be the next cultist next to him and be like, "Are you ready?" And that'll be his turn.
The gore just shocks everyone watching. All right, Henry. Pincushion.
All right, yeah, that's what I feel like. So, is this like back when we used to play where if I shift and then I can move, or am I going to get attacked by 3 people if I try
No,
to
this
get
is
out
in
of
4th
here?
edition. So you're going to have to do a disengage if you don't want an opportunity attack. Because you have someone on 3 sides right now.
Yeah. I want to get out of here because I'm just wasting everyone's heals by being up and down, up and down, up and down. So disengage is. I've never.
All right, where are you going to go?
I'm gonna hide behind Boros.
Okay, go ahead. He's like, time out! Time out! let me out of here.
I can still go I can go full 30, right?
Yeah.
All right, so find myself.
Oh, you're literally like running away.
Yeah.
Like, screw that
Well, I still
noise!
I want to be able to pick people off, but I need to get away for a minute. So, and because I disengaged, I don't get an
Like,
attack.
run, rabbit, run! We're coming after you! Anything else?
Do I get to attack or not? Because
If you have a
disengaged?
bonus action, you could do something, but
Okay, I'm
It's up to
doing
your
one of my
class.
bonus actions.
well, what bonus action do you have?
Hunter's Mark.
What does that do?
It's 1d6 damage. It's a spell.
What is that? A
Hunter's
damage
Mark
spell,
is
or
a-
is it target someone?
It's additional damage if he hits with another attack. So he can mark someone with Hunter's Mark, and then if he makes an attack that hits, then it deals additional damage.
Oh, so I can't
So
use
you
it
can
then.
mark them
So,
this turn.
so
but next-
initially, right?
which one do you want to mark?
Shoot. The one right in front of Elowyn, the cultist.
Cultist B.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna give
can't.
it a green circle so you know it's marked.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? That should be it for you, Henry.
Yeah, I'm gonna lick my wounds and hang back here.
All right. Kobold B is going to move around and come after you. You're gonna die today. Make peace with your god, human. With a 22, you take 4 damage.
Oh my.
Holy shit. They got you on the run, man. Cultist C moves around and he's gonna come up next to his friend. Just they want to kill you. They're
And
so
they're doing a
close.
good job.
And you like easily parry this away with your I don't know, with your bow or whatever weapon you had out. You parry the thrust of the dagger. Kobold D starts he does a withdraw, a disengage, and then he starts to move and run away. After Boros' yell and he saw his friend go, he's like, maybe it's a good idea to get out of here.
Oh,
The
come
getting's
back!
good. Come back!
Does my inspiration help me in any way after with all these people attacking me?
Your
Or it's only to hit.
inspiration. The bardic inspiration. Can he use that in anything other than a hit?
Let me
there's a
double
couple-
check. I'm pretty sure it's only to hit, but let me
All right, you're looking
guarantee.
at that and doing the next guy. Kobold E disengages and then he runs. Kobold F continues to run. They're choosing life. This is a good choice. Boros, you're up.
The ones around me are choosing to end my life.
Well, you're a wounded target. They're seizing their advantage.
Okay. I'm going to use poison spray
On who?
on the Kobold B. Yeah, Kobold B.
Okay.
Since that one likes landing his hits.
Is that the one where you blow the mist?
Yep. Where I blow the toxic mist.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And it is this almost lime green mist that creeps over to the Kobold. That
Tom
is
Collins
a
mix.
beautiful. That was a beautiful hit.
Nice. You caught the
And
kobold
that
like
is
turns around. What?
beautiful damage.
9 damage? What
9
kind of damage is that?
Poison.
Oh, that kobold is immune to poison. That sucks. How does he die? Just kidding. Like no one's laughing. It's just me.
His surface flesh starts rotting away, kind of like what crocodile does, or like
Smoke starts boiling up from the acid mist, and he drops down dead, screaming. All right, that was a pretty horrific death. Anything else, Boros?
No. That is everything.
All right, Lihigh, you're up.
Alrighty. So I am going to not feel good, that's for sure. It's unfortunate there's so many. Can I get away without using the disengage action without giving them an attack of opportunity?
No, you have a cultist right next to you. So if you don't want the chance, then you have to disengage. Or kill him. I mean, you can always just do that.
Yeah.
Decisions.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna put my hand on my chest and say, I don't feel good, and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
That was in your back pocket?
Yeah, I've been waiting.
What are you doing? I'm going to wait till I'm almost dead, then heal myself. All right. Is that a full action?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to
How
do?
do you make it, no. There it is. Never mind. I found it.
Oh, nice. That's a good heal.
What I need. That's way more than
It's like the Nintendo sound. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, I got a little taller.
Grow an inch. All right. Is that your turn, or you want to do something else?
Yeah, that has to. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions really.
All right. Cultist B is looking down at Elowyn. I'm taking you out before I get out of here. This is my last chance, and you're going to go. 23 to hit. You take 4 damage, Elowyn. He slices you with his scimitar. He's just like, die! Die! Freaking
Down
out.
to 2 hit points.
Oh, jeez. All right, Cultist C. As you like, you had to say something in order to heal yourself. As you're like calling out to your god, the cultist is a little worried that you're going to cast something at him. So he's like, no, die, Kender! Ah! He slashes the scimitar at you. And it goes right
Just
past
got
you.
these hit points.
Just-
Okay, good.
Just right over the top of her head.
Yeah. Let's see. He's going to. Well, he can't really move anywhere. Elowyn, you're up.
Ugh.
So you can attack and try to kill him. You could disengage and not get an opportunity attack, or you could move and get an opportunity attack, but then do something else.
So if I disengage, sorry, I've forgotten some
It's
of
okay.
this.
Disengage means you don't get an action, because that's your action.
But I can still be attacked.
No, with a I mean, on their turn, they could go after you and attack you, but you wouldn't provoke an opportunity attack.
I'm gonna disengage.
All right, where are you going to go?
Where am I?
You're between Boros and the cultist. Almost at the, well, she can't see the maps on her computer. She has to look through Skype.
Yeah. Is there a hiding place? Within...
It's amazing. This is the first time anyone's asked about hiding any at all. You could move over. Well, let me see. What's your move? Your total move? 30?
30 feet.
Yeah, you could go over to the trees next to this building.
Okay.
Or you could go in the building. I mean, it's kind of you.
There might be.
Yeah.
I feel like the trees are safer. I could
Alright,
be
so
wrong, but
You move over the trees, just like maybe they won't see me. I'm a squirrel. I'm
I
a
don't
squirrel.
there might be people still in the building.
There's like other people in the trees, like get out of here. This is our tree.
I'm gonna risk it.
All right. Anything else?
That's all I can do, correct?
That was your action. You have a move if you wanted to go anywhere else, and if you have any bonus actions, you could do a bonus action.
I think I've used all my bonus actions.
Well, you get a bonus action each turn, but if like in some cases, if a bonus
Oh.
action is a spell and you've already used the spell, then you clearly couldn't use it again. So, all right. So let's move on to Kithris.
He is going to. We told Cultist B that he was going to die next. So, yeah, he's going to go after Cultist B and take a swing here.
Roll to hit.
13.
All right, he's like super kind of focused on the rogue, who was like pointing him out sort of threateningly, and then Elowyn just like ran off in his distraction, so he's not even really looking at you as you hack into him. Give me some damage.
5.
Cultist B. Wow, he hasn't been touched yet. All right, you slice into him. He sort of screams out, "Oh God, I forgot about you, you overgrown lizard!"
How can you forget about me? I'm massive.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? So like stop and have a conversation. All right, anything else?
No, nope. I'm also out of any relevant bonus actions.
Henry, you're up. You got this kobold just trying to
I need to
murder
kill
you.
this. I need to kill this person. This kobold.
Kobolds are weak. You've been one-shotting them.
All right, well, I'm gonna go for it now, and then so the inspiration is an extra d6 to me trying to hit.
If
I
you
need
miss.
If I hit. So.
So
well,
what are you
well,
using to attack?
Scimitar.
Okay.
11.
You're going to need that d6.
And then I just. All right. One.
So you got 12, which is exactly what you needed.
Oh, thank goodness. Jeez.
Give me some damage, man.
Okay.
You're
6.
just like, face is going pale, blood loss. You like pull out your scimitar, slice at him, just like fingers crossed. Boros, you better be with me. You slice into him, and how does he die?
I'm with you.
And got right up under his, right in his throat, right up under his neck. Just comes right out the top of the head. That's what he gets for poking me.
He like sort of drags your sword down a little bit. And you have to like slide his head off your scimitar or your rapier or whatever it is. He's dead. You killed him. Good job. Jeez.
It's the only thing that's gone right.
You have 1 hit point left. What else are you gonna do?
I've got 4 now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. My sheet just says 1 right here. So what are you gonna do?
Okay, 'cause I'm gonna move.
Move where you're gonna move down.
Mhm.
All right, the
Sure.
kobolds continue to run on their turn. They're well out of range and sight in the darkness. Boros, you're up. There's 2 cultists. You're muted.
Perfect.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna use poison spray on cultist B. Yeah, B.
You just have like
Poisons.
a pocket full of poison. Just like pulling it out. Just don't inhale.
Oh, don't worry. It's just a modified gland underneath my tongue.
Gross.
He hits his vape and then like blows the
Yeah,
smoke back
yeah.
into his face.
That
It's
is
like
23 to
the
hit.
most douchey vapors ever. Big old smoke cloud. All right, 4 damage as he screams. It hits him in the face. Just ah! Cultist B. 4 damage. How does he die? That's all I had left.
His surface flesh slowly looks like it's corroding away.
He sort of starts clawing at his face, trying to rip claw the poison off of his face, and it's just like chunks of flesh are in his hands, and he like drops down to the ground and stops, just does one last little, and then dead. Nice. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
Lihigh, you're up. That round is taking a long time. Jeez.
So, I am
We've been less snipey this round.
Yeah.
I'm going to sickle the cultist. This cultist, I think.
The only one left.
Only one.
You both have him basically as back against the building.
No, I don't hit it.
Sort of moves aside and it sticks into the wood of the building. You pull it right back out. Little splinters fly away. Anything
Cool.
else?
That's all. No.
All right. The cultist looks around. He's going to disengage. And then he's going to run.
No, come back. We were.
Come back! Where do you go? All right. Is anyone going to pursue or are you going to let him go?
I look at Lihigh and I'm like,
You look horrible.
Jeez.
I look perfect. What are you talking about?
But there's all the blood, and then there's the hole, and then.
Yeah, but it's all better now. It's just,
Blood and
All right.
you look bad. We need to get you some soup or something.
Oh.
some soup.
I could eat. I could eat.
All right, so the father and the children are all just like huddled around, like, they like move out of the tree next to Elowyn. So can we go? It's like right there. This is too dangerous to be out here.
I wanted to look at the what the bodies of the cultists had on them real quick, if we could.
So you start searching through the bodies. What's everyone doing? The mother and father and children are looking at Elowyn like, can we please go? We got to get out of here now.
I'm staying with the Kender. I don't leave the Kender.
So Elowyn, what do you say?
Is Lihigh looting the bodies?
Yeah.
Just real quick. It'll
Okay.
take just a sec.
Okay, I'm just gonna stall the kids and keep them calm and reassure them that we're trying to keep them calm. Reassure them that we're gonna get there. Just give her a minute.
There's a time for everything underneath heaven, including looting bodies, kids. So just simmer down for a second.
Something helpful.
All right, you find the equivalent of 1 steel and small change on the bodies, and a bunch of scimitars and daggers. That's going to be our session because we're at our 4-hour mark. We are not quite where we need to be, but we're close, and that counts for something, right? So, any last comments before we close down this session, everyone? All right, then.
No,
I'm not going to run in. I'm not going to
been
get close to
fun.
anybody ever again.
Yeah, I would highly recommend using terrain and sneaking and...
Yeah, you were doing a lot better with the bow, like far away.
Yeah, I'm going to stay far away. Well, they ran fast.
They charged.
Yeah.
All right,
Run faster.
that's going to do it for this session 0 of our Dungeons & Dragons 2024 heavily customized Tyranny of Dragon live play. I would like to thank the players for joining me on this and making it a wildly entertaining session. And for those of you watching, what did you think about character building in 2024 D&D? And what did you think about the beginning of this adventure? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to email me at info@dealsaga.com as well. I would like to take just a moment and let you all know that I am developing a system-agnostic dark fantasy campaign setting called Direlands. You can learn more about it on my Evil Live Play YouTube channel. The link is in the description below if you're interested, and if not, that's okay too. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the DragonLance Saga, and I hope that you'll join in that celebration. Thank you all so very much for watching. This has been Adam, and for everyone else here with DragonLance Saga, until next time, Slanjavar.